Question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Grand rising, everybody. You know what? I can't hear myself, but that's good. I think that's good. Can y'all hear me? I don't know what's going on. Molly,
Yeah, I just thought you were gonna do the intro
can y'all
like
hear me?
usual. Yeah, we can
Okay,
hear
I can
you.
hear you.
You can hear
All
me?
right, grand rising, everybody. Well, let me set my phone up right here because I don't want to keep holding it.
What up,
Um,
Slick? You can hear me?
y'all pro- I can hear you.
Alright.
I know y'all probably thinking like, why is she on her phone anyway and not her laptop? Because da 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 da, we have no power in my development today. No power from 9 to 5. They told me you will be without power. I said, wait a minute, I can't cook. I can't watch nothing or do anything. You know, good thing I have a little power cube for my laptop or my cell phone or whatever have you. But you can't cook, you can't do nothing without power, honey. It's a good thing I got my butt up early this morning and got to going and getting everything straight. You know, that's because I went to bed early because I was reading Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. Yes, this book right here, it'll get your life right. And because I was taking the Molly Mall sea moss, I ain't worried about it being too cold in here because I know my immune system is got a jump start and got a boost on it because CMOS help boost your immune system. That's just my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you to go out and get it, but you better go and get you some. That's all I'm saying. But I can't. I don't by law. I can't tell you. But Molly Moss CMOS does wonders for me. He has it in lemonade flavor, tea, the gelatinous form of it, all of that good stuff. And I know y'all probably like, oh, Reese, you can't see and all this going on, you in the dark. Why you got them pink shades on? Because hurt. That's right. I want Samson. Ain't that what they said in Half Baked Dave Chappelle bar? But yeah, y'all, you guys know that who's rock with me, who's been with me, know I suffer from all different kinds of allergies, and then when the eyes keep watering and watering and watering, sometimes this left I get really sensitive and feel like it want to bulge out on me, and that's what I'm dealing with today. Don't worry, y'all. I go to the doctor Friday and get my normal eye injections. Ozdex, here we come on Friday on both eyes, shot in both eyes. Boo, boo, boo. I cringe at the thought of getting those shots, but I cringe more at um, the thought of not being able to see. whew, I know some people be like, "Oh no, I just have to go." Whatever. No, no, no. That's what you say until something really happens, and when you just don't know how important it is that I is until something happens to it. That's all I'm saying. And as human beings, we take a lot of stuff for granted in life that I have no idea. I can't even see what's going on or who's calling me. Molly, take over. Hello?
Yo. What you picked up? Riri probably answer the phone.
I can't even see.
It's alright. She'll be back in. You're brushing my damn teeth. No power. That's what I tell people. You need that power.
We need
Same,
that shit. Yeah.
same thing with the body. No power, no energy. You ain't moving nowhere. You gotta feed the body the right thing. But that's good. Courage Hill been around a long time. It's time to upgrade some things over there.
Right.
Brenda Brown. But they kept calling her Queen from Vegas. She came all the way from Vegas. Said you the hurt person I know. Yeah, well, we gotta get sis right, man. She always hurting her eyes or something bothering her. We need to make sure she's right so she can have a good 3 months straight without thinking or bothering nothing. That's the goal. What's up, LA Preston? Y'all in here, hit that like, hit that share button. We can give people some time to get up in here. Reese some time to get back up in here. She working from that phone. She can't see.
Yeah, let Reese get back up on here because Reese, her power's out. So we're going to have to bear with her for a minute.
That's cool, though. We're going to keep the show going. I'm going to check out what videos she done sent for Wellness Wednesday and go ahead and start lining them up. LA did good, man. I'm about done editing the video. I'm gonna still get whatever we get at Rick event so I can put it all together. Like, to start off, people dropping toys off to him giving it to the
You
kids.
coming through Friday to Rick Jones?
Yeah, that's how I got the fly. I talked to Rick like 2 days ago. He asked me to come out there with the camera. Told him I'd make it out there. Leave her alone, man. We back with us, Riri?
Yeah, I think I'm hearing background music in the back.
And the only thing she be hurting is that Punani, Riri.
I hear mama playing in the back.
Mama, how the hell you hear Mama playing? What up,
I
Jeff?
don't know what's happening.
They're cool. I would like to see it. Oh no, is you listening
Oh,
to the show as
I don't
well?
know.
You probably listening to the show. Close all the other windows. Close out every window but the Safari one. That's
I'm gonna
all.
go out and try to come back in again.
Alright.
All right.
What up, Jeff, man? When you gonna start this show, Jeff? You gotta get out to some of these events they've been having for the kids, the toy drive. I know you've been doing a lot of things too, man. So we can bring you on. I'll send you the link. I'm gonna send it to your Facebook page that you on right here. And I'll bring you on, brother. Give me 1 second. Get my man Jeff up in here. I know Reese is pissed.
Good morning, y'all.
I thought my teacher got in here. What's up, Brenda?
What's wrong with Reese? What's going on?
Came over and chopped her power off until 5
Oh,
o'clock. So they doing some work in her unit, so she can't even use her internet, so she can't get on the laptop. I was asking if she got HotSpot, but she not sure. So,
Oh, I've been there. Shout out, Reese. Work it out. You can do it.
yeah. I think she just popped back in with us. Riri.
Oh, it's coming. There she is. All right.
You can hear us?
Every time I get on, I hear Mama playing in the back. Why is Mama playing in the back?
Yeah, because you got Facebook or something else up that you watching the show on that you probably went to make public, but you never closed out the app, so it's still open. So you got probably like 3 windows open. You probably got this window,
I
the
got
window,
nothing open. Nothing is open.
no
Yeah.
other window under
Double
Safari.
double click your phone, Reese. Double click and then shut out all the windows. Cause just cause you left out of it doesn't mean it closed.
Right. I can hear you guys now.
There we go.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Mama. We just said all she was hearing was Mama. You all right over there, Reese?
Yeah, you in the dark and you got to keep your head on the swivel.
It's good. Open them blinds up.
Plenty of free light all outside. Open the blinds.
The overcast.
I
But
know. Sucks.
yeah, like I was saying, your eyeballs, your eyesight, little stuff you take for granted until you lose it. You ain't got it. Like if you lost a finger, I don't need that finger. Yeah, you do. You need everything that God gives you, that He put on your body. Yes, can you function without some things? Yeah, but everything is there for its purpose, its reason. You need it all. And eyesight, it ain't no joke. Even if it's just one eye. So, like I was saying earlier, with my situation, when I got sick back in 2014, and when the bacteria was all over the body, I wasn't getting enough oxygen at one point to the brain, and it damaged the optic nerve in the left eye, meaning it killed it. It wasn't enough no oxygen, there wasn't no blood flow. So part of my nerve in my left eyeball, the optic nerve, the thing that gives you sight, was sort of like strangled, and that's why the vision loss is in that eye. They didn't know this. They didn't find this out till after they did cataract surgery, after they did laser surgery, after they did all of this stuff. Then they found out, oh, well, this is the best you're going to see out this side because then I'm pissed off. Because why y'all taking to all that other pain? But it's a money game. It's a money game. And they will do whatever they can to you that the insurance will cover, run whatever unnecessary tests, or do whatever just to get the money. And then at the end, your end results is still your end results. But they did all of that to drain the cow, so to speak. And now, fast forward to 2024, where insurances is going up and coverages is less. Uh, I don't mind paying the extra in insurance going into 2025. But then I found out that what was covered and everybody that used to accept United Healthcare for AARP, they losing their contracts with some of the places, like where I used to go to get physical therapy. I can no longer see them as in network. I can see them out of network, but out of network would be $70 every visit. Who has money that they can give? I'm on a fixed income, so I budget for everything, and I cannot afford to pay $140 a week, not month, a week, because I have to have 2 visits a week for physical therapy. I'm not built like that no more. I don't have that luxury. $140, that's $560 a month, an extra $560 a month just for physical therapy. Not for any medication or not for anything you may need for physical therapy, just for you going to that building and then working out your body. And then they hit me with, hey, you got $1,000 deductible. So I was like, you know what? I got to find another physical therapy place that accepts my insurance. And it's hard finding one close to home. You always got to go way out somewhere to get the help you need. And I was like, this is it has become cumbersome, but I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to worry. I know enough exercise I can do the physical therapy exercises at home to
Look at
do
that
what I
stuff
need
Beast
do
was telling you
what I
about.
need to do.
Reese,
Huh?
did you look at that stuff Beast was telling you about him and his wife that his wife do that you could do with him or do with her?
I've been doing it. I've been doing it. The Zenden 80. Thank you, Vicky. I've been doing my chair yoga. I did Friday. Friday at 7 p.m. Y'all, y'all need to get in on them classes. It's worth it. You get an hour, and she stretches you out, and even with the chair, baby, you know I'm in there. You know anything I would try, and and it's working. I just need more for classes. So right now she's only doing it, I believe, the online, like we doing that. I believe that's only once a week. I got to confirm with Beast because if it's more than once a week, I'll be in every class because it actually does help with the sciatic and the body stretcher. That's where I found out, Phil, that my titties are too big. Every time I would go to lean down, them jokers was pulling me down. I was like, oh, boobies in the chest pain. So yeah, good morning. I can't see everybody that's in because I'm on my phone and I'm only looking out of one eye, and everybody is like in tiny boxes. And if I keep squinting, it's because my eyes hurt when I open them. So good morning, everybody. Who's all in the house? Y'all want to do roll call?
Trey's in here.
Hey Trey, baby.
Good
Well, hey,
morning.
Reese, you know I'm here.
Hey Phil, baby. I gotta listen to y'all.
She said,
I feel like Ray Charles right now. Like, I hear the crickets chirping.
Good
I hear
morning,
you too,
y'all.
Molly.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. That's Brenda Brown.
Yeah, you got it. Look at you. 100 on the mark.
I got one.
Blind as a bat and still no.
What
Good
up?
morning, Jeffrey Moore. You won't know
Good
him.
morning, everyone.
She don't know Jeff voice.
Hey, Ma, what's
I don't
happening?
know.
Yeah, she probably seen you before on the show with me. But
I can't see him now. I gotta
voice,
listen to his voice.
yeah, but you can't see. Well, you can see Reese. She can't see you due to the fact she on her phone right now. So you'll see.
Hey, Molly Ma, the volume went down.
It did. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's real low.
I know what that means.
I heard you very clearly at
Jeffrey, good
first.
morning.
What
Good
up?
morning, Jeffrey Moore.
Good morning, young lady. How you doing?
I'm fine. Tell us about yourself. Like, who are you? Where are you from? What you got going on?
Well,
Introduce yourself to
I'm a
me.
Native Washingtonian, D.C. guy. You know, what I got going on in the present is I'll soon be married on January 25th.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
And I will listen to y'all. I will listen to you speak about your medical issues, and I had brought on a lot of issues with myself through stress and finances, man. That I came up with a powerful network, man, called "Take Out the Trash, Life Gets Better." You know, and that's exactly what made my life better, man. I had to remove a lot of the trash from my life, and and it's subjects around people, places, and things. And the worst part about it was that a lot of the people were a lot of family.
Mm.
Wow.
And Money Mo, you know what I went through with that financial situation, man.
Yeah, man, I know it, man. I'm happy you back smiling. You getting married, man. That's what I like.
And the newest thing next year that Molly Mo, on July 16th, my birthday, it started to invest in myself. I'm doing my own food trailer. It's called Simply Breakfast, and we opened July 16th. I have several of the top chefs in the DMV area. My prayers go out to my main man chef, Tobias from Honcho House. He committed himself to cooking with me on that day to support me. Chef Jarrell from Kitchen Savage, they are also committed. And my good friend Thomas Times, he has got me a guest appearance on the Lion Lunch Hour when I'm ready to launch.
Yeah, see.
Okay, congratulations.
That's all from taking out the trash. Life gets better. But if I don't give you the bottom line right now, if it wasn't me removing the trash, the drugs, the alcohol, all the southeast neighborhood that I grew up in. Not that I'm saying I'm above them now, but what I was doing in that neighborhood, now I try to give back to the ones who need it, But if it wasn't me removing all the drugs, not just partially of everything, I'm not a social nothing. I can't do nothing socially, so I had to remove it all. And actually, the moment I did that, life really started to get better. My health got better. My thinking got better. My attitude got extremely better.
Ain't life good without the dope?
How they say, my dad always say, sometimes you got to wipe your own ass.
Okay.
Wow.
I ain't mad at that.
Well, I've been knowing my mom, man. We met, man, a few Christmas Eves back on U Street when the Tom Moe show, and been a great guy ever since, man. If I do, that's gonna be the first person. Matter of fact, Molly Moe, you got the job, man, for the live stream on my grand opening day, man.
I got you.
When your grand opening?
July 16th, my birthday.
Oh, July 16th. Okay.
July 16th. So you're a restaurant owner.
It's not a restaurant. It's a customized trailer. Like I said, I wanted to start all the way over. Which I never owned a restaurant. I always was the type of guy that will put somebody else on the 1 yard line. Yeah. As soon as they score, they'll kick me off the team.
Yeah.
Oh,
so this time I figured I got a good team together. My fiance, man, she's the CFO, man. She's the head coach. She's the quarterback. I'm the player.
Right.
And she's been, man, you'd be amazed, man, how emotional I can get, man, is speaking on that. I would not, in my wildest dreams, ever thinking I would have somebody at 57, man, that loves me for me.
I know that's a good feeling.
You're going to make me cry, Jeff, because I'm still looking for my boo. But
you deserve that, black man.
You cook. Wait a minute. I need to know exactly what Jeff is doing. What is his occupation? I'm asking. I know he's got something coming. Are you a chef?
Yes, I am. Well, I'm not a. Put it like this here. I'm a king of a scratch kitchen. You name it, I can cook it. But if they want to give me the title as chef, you don't have to. I was told you don't have to go to school to create a craft or be good at the craft.
Yeah.
That's
I don't think nobody went to college as they were little to play organized basketball. They just started playing and got good at it. College and school was just for the education part, but you learn how to play at a young age. I've been cooking for a long time. Yeah. And every time my wife say, well, my fiance, something going on here.
Yeah, for real.
But my specialty is whatever I want to put forth on. I chose Simply Breakfast as the name of my trailer because everybody's in competition, man. We're trying to have the best wings, the best salmon, the best crab cakes, the best this. Whatever happened to when I was growing up, we didn't have no red velvet waffles when I was growing up. We had all that fancy stuff. So why not go back to the basics of what country cooking breakfast is all about? Corned beef hash, bacon, a ham, fried ham, scrambled eggs. Now we'll have some specialty items like the shrimp and grits on Fridays while supplies last. I'll have Waffle Wing Wednesdays while supply. You can get waffles every day, but if you want wings on Wednesday, it'll be while supplies last, so I don't have to warehouse it. But I want to go back to, if you go to those country farm homes, breakfast was for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
Get your
right now I'm not gonna take up all the time, but it's called my theory is called Chase the Truck. Before police chief Conti retired, he met with me and the commissioner to allow me to have a contract to be in front of every police station in the DMV, because I want to come out at 1 o'clock in the morning to 7 for safety purposes. I'll be parked in front of those. It'll be like if I'm in front of 1D one night, I'll go to 2D the next night, 3D, 4D, all the way around to start all over again for safety purposes. You know, now, of course, they want their little discounted price, but I don't have a problem with. But, you know, times have changed, man. You know, these people out there, they'll rob a rock if a rock had money on them. You know, so my thing is to be safe and serve a good meal. You know, it's open to the community. People think, well, you only serve the police. No, I said I'll be in front of the police station for safety purposes. I ain't crazy now.
And on Wednesdays, I'll be in front of the police station too.
Huh?
So Wednesday chicken and waffles. I heard that. I said,
it'll be
I'm gonna be in front of the police station with you. Get my chicken and waffles.
Hey, Money Mo, can you bring up any pictures from my food?
You guys send them to me. Just text them to my phone, and I bring them up.
You don't have access to my page no more?
Yeah, I can pull your page up eventually. Yeah.
Give him a second.
Yeah.
You know, I knew it as soon as this brother started talking, and then Reese was like, oh man, this is like the 8th or 9th brother that's qualified on your list to do things, right? And man, you're just gonna ruin his fiance's life. You keep going after him like that, Reese. Man, you can't be trying.
I'm not going after him. I'm going after his chicken and waffles. Shut it up, Damien. I'll be in front of the police station going after the officers. Officers are the goddamn.
Hey, my friend, I appreciate that compliment, but you know I have options today, man. You know, and not that I don't see her as an attractive woman. You know, God sent me my minds already.
That's
like,
right.
Let me get that on
and I'm
video.
gonna be looking in front in front of the police station. He done gave me the book. He said, Reese, come out there on Wednesday chicken and waffle Wednesdays, and I'm gonna find my forever. I'm right there in front of the police officer. Hey,
She found her forever. It's called chicken and waffles.
I'm gonna most definitely come back on the show, man, with Molly Ball and do something with y'all. You know, I like the topic well, man, because we gotta take a look at, man, that we got more years behind us than we do in front of us, and taking care of ourselves is a must. I told my fiance the other day when I took her to the ER, because she's trying to fight from going to the ER because she's worrying about what a fee gonna be. You got insurance. That's what it's for. CVS is not my primary doctor. You know, if I'm sick, I go to the doctor. Yeah. I pay insurance out of my paycheck every month. So if I'm sick, ain't nothing over the counter can tell me until my primary tells me.
Yeah.
I give it. No, man. When we go,
and as men, and the men are terrible. We had a mindset of, if I don't know, I don't want to know. See, that's no good, man. That's no good at all. You know. I want to find out what's wrong with me at least before it get too late. Where at least they can try to help me before it get too late.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Because you got to see. Look, annual visits will help you detect stuff early. So don't be ashamed to go to your annual visits and get your annual checkup with your prostate, your heart, your kidneys, and all of that stuff. Men, I'm talking about men, because us women go at least 2 times a year to get our gynecology, to get our pap smear and all of that stuff, and our breast exams and all of that stuff. So that we do. Men, you're right. Chef Jeff, you're right. Men are kind of bad at it when it comes to taking care of themselves.
The adult human brain weighs about 3 pounds. So
that's why you need a good woman.
Pounds is made of fatty tissue? No.
Hey,
So
say that
what's
again.
going on here? Why are people referring to this as an adipose or fatty
I
rich
said,
organ?
She said,
The myelin sheath.
man,
So
I
many of
call
you
it-
may have heard of the myelin sheath. This is the part that gets
Oh, this
damaged
video
in a disease
playing.
called
Y'all hear the
multiple
video?
sclerosis.
Y'all hear this video?
He was
All right.
trying to play a video at first.
I wasn't sure if you can hear it. Hey Jeff, y'all gotta pause for a second. We gotta get to the show. I was
okay.
trying to
Hey, look,
videos so you can comment.
do your thing, Mo. Hey, thank y'all for listening, man. I'll listen in while y'all do y'all thing.
I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you
Okay.
too. Bye.
I'll be right back, y'all.
all right, that was a nice treat, Chef Jeff.
I don't think Reese can hear it though, can she? You can hear it, Riri?
You can hear us, Reese?
I can hear you now.
All right.
Let me make sure my volume is turned up.
She got a video. He has a video that he's about to
Okay.
upload.
Up to 60%
Okay, can y'all
of the
see
brain
me?
is made up of fatty tissue.
Yeah.
This thing weighs, the adult human brain weighs about 3 pounds. So we're going to say almost 2 pounds is made of fatty tissue? No. So what's going on here? Why are people referring to this as an adipose or fatty rich organ, the myelin sheath? So many of you may have heard of the myelin sheath. This is the part that gets damaged in a disease called multiple sclerosis. And it's also responsible for this idea about the brain being made up of fatty or adipose tissue. And it also creates this stuff called white matter. And maybe you've heard of that, but I can show you on the brain here. White matter you can actually see with the naked eye because it gives off a glistening color, or those myelin sheaths give off a glistening color. If you see the tip of the probe, this lighter portion of the area of the brain would be considered white matter, and the gray outer portions would be called gray matter. Up to 60% of the brain is made up of fatty tissue. This thing weighs
That was your
Wow.
video, brain tissue.
Yeah, that was part of it. I was talking about the brain tissue because I wanted to expound on why people use this term fat head, where the term fat head came from. Fat head derived because the brain is 60% fat. The brain is, they say the brain is weighs 3 pounds, and 2 pounds of it is just fat or adipose tissue. Was that fatty, tissue? I just wanted to to shed some light on why we call people fat heads. Not the size of the cabeza. It's because the lot of fatty tissue is built up in that brain. I bet y'all didn't know that. It was just I came across it. This is interesting, and I would
Yeah,
like to share. So,
Tell us more.
and then the myelin sheet is the sheet that goes around the brain. It's the white part. You can see it in there. And when that's damaged, it causes muscular sclerosis. Your brain is your CPU, like a computer. It's your central nervous system for everything. And people think that all the brain is full of all of these little wires and stuff, and it's also full of fat. I guess to protect the electrical impulses or give it good insulation, because your brain have to be protected at all times, because we take a lot of hits with our heads and falling and everything. So I guess you do have to have that extra layer of fat of protection to protect those nerves that's in there. And I just found it interesting that 60% of the brain is adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, another word for fat. Okay, that was just one to grow old, one to know. And I'm not a doctor, so y'all look it up for yourself. I better add that in there, but they be like, she can't be teaching them this, that. Y'all look it up
yeah.
for yourself. And that goes back to what I was talking about. Uh, my eyesight is fleeting. Y'all notice I can't get a shot until Friday, and it does. I couldn't even watch the big screen TV last night because my eyes was hurting so bad from lights. So I know it's definitely time to get that shot in my eye because of the optic nerve damage that I had to the left eye. So that's why people say Why I keep squinting? Because I'm trying to close it where it don't hurt. I got the little tinted color glasses on, so where it doesn't hurt. Looking at the phone hurts. So if you see me not looking directly into the phone, that's why. Because for some reason, it's like that light is piercing right in this left eye, and it's like it's a beam, and it's hurting the hell out. I got some more videos though, y'all. I got some more videos. But before I get into the videos, I want everybody on the Morning Max show and not on the Morning Max show, everybody out there that's in the sound of my voice or can see me or whatever. I want to pray for Kiani. Kiani and his family is going through something really, really tough right now. Without getting too much in his business, I'm just telling y'all, send the brother prayers and well wishes, all good vibes to Kiani's way. We love him. He's also a member of the Morning Max show. I want to tell you, I love you, Kiani, and my prayers is with you. So he needs positive energy right now. Our brother needs us, y'all. You know, just to send love forth his way, right? So I'm gonna put that out there. So if y'all could pray for Kiani. Ooh. Okay.
Raise up.
So everybody, I don't know who else is on the panel. Who else? Trey.
Trey Phil.
Okay, Trey Phil and Damien. Okay. Y'all let me know what other people come in. Trey, how's everything going?
Pretty good, actually. Pretty good. I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out.
I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah,
who's
I'm
his
happy right now.
people back in the day? Because everybody I called, we did it because they was big on the outside. Tissue they had inside, but we call people fat, big head.
You kind of breaking up a little bit. I don't know if you like.
Yeah, I
You
think
was breaking up all. I thought it was me.
Yeah, I think somebody giving it feedback.
I'll give some feedback.
Can you hear me?
Say something again, Molly.
It was clear?
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay, it's clear now. Let's say what you were saying.
No, I was saying everybody I know we call like big head or something like that growing up. It was because their head was big on the outside. I don't even know nothing about looking at people's head and say we call them fat head because the fat in the head of their brain, like what the hell they talking about?
Yeah,
you got a fat head, yeah, that's because of the outside. You know, but it could be because the inside too. Now that I heard of that, but I never thought the inside was anything like the outside. I thought all our brains were about the same size. You just had a big ass head on the outside.
Yeah. People just going like that.
Isn't that
I ain't never called a nigga big head because his head was big on the inside. Yeah, that nigga head was big when I looked at it. That's all I know.
Brain.
And I ain't never walked in the room and said, nigga got a big brain, so his head big. Nigga got a big head
Well, you know, big head and fat head is two different things. Big head is fat, and fat head is two different things. So they two different things, y'all. You know, when we used to call people fat head, we used to call them, you kind of dumb. You got a fat head. Can't never get through that thick skull of yours. And big head, you know, people used to have those big heads, big water head, or somebody is inflated head.
That's a hard head when you don't listen. Hard head. And then, is you a big girl or a fat girl? Which one are you? Since you can't be both, if they do both,
yes, I am. I'm big, fat, and fabulous, baby. Who said a big girl and a fat girl can't be both?
Whatever dome it is, no homos, big and fat. How can you just say it's
what
different?
What are you talking about?
A fat
Look, you could be big old fat or fat or big. The big old girl with the big old big ones. Which one? There's those two types of women: big old girls and big old big ones. How you there? What you talking
Not
about? You can't be
Rasputia.
big and fat at the same.
No, it's not Rasputia.
I know, right? Some people look.
Shoot,
You all you
No,
even.
I wouldn't even put myself
I
up
look.
for shit
You
like
big and
that.
fat at the same time, and y'all
I
saying it
would not
together.
put myself up
Yeah,
for
you
that.
big fat pig. You big fat this. You big fat. So why you saying big and fat can't be the same time? Y'all close it together.
that's
Big
what
and
I'm.
fat at the same time.
That's what I'm
It's almost like
saying.
it's almost like a
You just a big
double negative.
fat.
Lock it in.
No, it's just two adjectives. It's just to describe a person, place, or thing. You're big. You're fat.
You got your
You're
phone on the
you're
tripod?
big.
Yeah, something. She's sitting on something.
You got your phone on the tripod, Reese?
I got it on my laptop. Why you ask
Why
me
so
that?
far away?
Did you listening to the show? Make sure somebody listening to.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
it's
saying you
it's
sit so
because it's
far
on
away.
my where the laptop is. Should I
Oh,
be closer?
yeah.
Yeah,
Because I'm
maybe
sitting on a chair. And I got to,
make a
Oh,
soft
okay.
act.
Yeah, hard head, make
Hey,
a soft ass. Never heard that.
hey, Molly, I got a question for you.
I heard that too. A hard ear, make a soft behind.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So I was brought up, and I was told I was one of those hard-headed kids. Why did they want to give me like Ritalin or
They wanted to put your ass down. Both of them put your ass down. And I know that personally, so it ain't what I heard.
No, my mom wouldn't do it.
Because
My
you're
mom
doing
wouldn't
too
do
much, Damien. They wanted to calm you down because you was all up.
Calm the
You had
storm.
adult ADD.
Yeah, they trying to call the
Adult
storm.
ADD. Yes. You would
it. No,
calm
they
your
did this
ass
when I was a
down.
child.
Right. Right. You a child all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I
You
haven't
wanted them
grown up.
child.
Yeah, Connie says I haven't grown up emotionally. That's fine.
So
I
yeah,
get it.
you're
No, I
an
get it.
adult ADD. You was a child with ADD. Now you're an adult with ADD. Okay.
God help.
Um. Yeah, I know, right? Thank you,
Thanks, Connie.
Connie. Good morning, Connie. She said,
I want
"God
to say
help
hi,
him." I know that's right.
Because he's the only one.
Well, she
We
loves
don't
me
need
just the
too
way I
many
am.
Damien. I believe. Oh, and that's another thing. I'm glad that Chef Jeff, congratulations on your nuptials. He said January 25th, y'all. And he said he's 57. That gives me hope. He waited all this time and he found his soul match. So it could come at any age, it could come at any time. So if you're 50 and you're not married, don't worry about it. If it's meant to be, it is meant to be. Look at Chef Jeff. He found love at 57. And that's a beautiful thing. I wanted to give kudos on that. I can't even snap my damn fingers. But that's a beautiful thing. So and he found somebody to love and accept him the way he is. He said, "That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm gonna be
Yeah,
posted up in front of the police station and
Yeah,
all kinds of laws."
that's
Lord
me and
mercy.
Connie, man. Connie don't smoke. She don't smoke weed. She don't drink. Um, and we've been together now for 5.5 years, and the way we got together, I'll go back to it. She said to me when we were in the truck one day, I asked her what she want, and she goes, "I want someone to love me just the way I am." I said, "Me too." Shake on it. And we've been together ever since.
That's how you do it.
That's cool.
Good, bad, or ugly. We are in it to win it.
Yeah, Jeff a good dude.
Yeah.
Man. He started podcast with me when I first started. He was one of the co-hosts. He had a lot of energy. They had a couple of restaurants we was doing the live out of, and shoot, they invested probably almost 100,000. And the dude just ran off with the money. They had to go through a lot of courts and
What?
stuff like that.
What?
It caused him to just
Damn,
start.
Molly.
He stopped doing the show. He stopped wanting to do the show. Man, Jeff stopped smiling, joking like he normally do. think he lost somebody in
Oh
between
wow.
them too. And yeah, it was tough. So to see him back happy, he was doing this little trash can, got these little small trash cans and stuff. And he was getting back on positive stuff. He found a woman and they've been together rocking with each other. But he putting all that energy that he was putting in all these other people into himself now. So it's like you can do it. You ain't really need them, but he like to help people. You know, if you a chef, like, man, you went to school for this. Let me invest in you, man. We get you a shop, da da da. So now he got his own shop, and then he going to reach out to certain chefs and see would they work with him instead of just trying to put them on like he always do, and they fuck him over at the end of the day when they get big, when they get a name, you know.
Hell yeah, some collaboration.
Yeah.
See that part hurts and make me that hurts inside because you know you there you A1 day one for somebody and then they soon as they go up they forget to turn around and help you up. I mean I would never do that to my family. But some people how you gonna forget about the one that helped you that held you down? I don't you know that's the sad part right there. And people they do it all the time, don't they?
You know, I think Althea, and I think most of y'all would appreciate this, is that you know the ones in our past that you know they held us down or they hurt us, they abused us, they lied to us, they stole from us. Those are the ones that we need to pray for more, in my opinion. Because if they can't get over not doing those things, well, then their life's going to be terrible, and what the hell they're going to live in. I mean, I want to pray for them more after I whoop their ass, of course. But I mean, I still want to pray for them more.
No, life will whoop them enough. You can't whoop nobody like life can.
Amen. I agree with that.
I feel you. I'm just
What you
not.
say, Trey?
That's all. No, I said I'm just not a prayer. That's all. I wish people well, but I'm just not a prayer, and I'm not gonna, act like that's what I really do. But I wish people well. I do that,
Yeah, and look, Trey, don't you pray they stay the hell away from you once they do you wrong? Don't you say, I pray that they stay the hell away from me.
I don't really. I don't pray at all. Not for any.
Okay.
It's just not. What I do.
Okay. That's- you meditate or whatever. Just a figure of speech. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know, you
Pray that my
want
wife
to get the
Connie don't
strength
kill
out
me
the way.
someday. I pray that my wife Connie will not kill my ass someday. Like I'll be waking up with one eye open, see if she's got a knife or some shit. That's what I pray for.
That's why
My
I
wife
kind of. That's why I kind of don't. Because if I'm not doing certain things, there's a lot of shit that'll come to you by default. But that's just life. But a lot of what you get and what you're surrounded by, what you're dealing with, and what you put out. So I don't really pray because everything I'm dealing with is in my control. So I just
Okay.
yeah. But moving along.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh shit, Lee done
Well,
got kidnapped. She in the Uber, she kidnapped. They got Lee.
Lee.
I've been kidnapped. Nah. I'm
they gotta.
You're not kidnapped. Actually, I'm having a good day. I gotta go see home now.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, they trying to keep me alive. I'm keeping hope alive.
Yeah. Yeah, you always smiling.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good thing. I can't see nothing, but
What's up,
I hear you.
Ernest? I haven't seen Ernest name in a while.
Building.
What a man. Much love, always.
Shea Butter Baby in the building.
Yep.
Butter Man in the house.
Butterman in this thing. Yeah.
Well, he in the comments.
What's
He
up,
ain't in the.
son?
He ain't
He in
on
the
the cam.
comments. He not in the. Oh my bad. He not on the live. He in the comments.
Oh, okay. Hey, Ernest.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, we got another video because I was talking to you guys about eye health. I thought that it would be important for us to know just how important our eyes and stuff sensitive it is with different lot of things. And as you guys get older, as you age, your eye health ages with you, and especially if you're not taking care of your body, your eye health ages with you, and the way your body takes care of you, especially that's somebody's at the door, y'all. Somebody's at the door.
Video is long as shit.
Just a second. Hold on.
Just mute your mic for your privacy. So we'll hear her business or whatever.
Yeah, let's see this clip. I skipped that ass shit. That shit hurt my eye.
Did y'all see that news story going on up in Virginia where hundreds of parents have been turning over their children to the state?
Parents voluntarily giving up their kids as they get older, close to being teens or in their teen years. It is a huge problem in Virginia, specifically in our part of the Commonwealth. It's called relief of custody. Hundreds have been filed in just the past 5 years. 10 News investigates what's going on and the group working to find solutions. Basically giving up your kid is, wow. I can't think about that.
Right. I mean, to think of a parent being faced with a decision of how do I keep my younger kids safe? How do I keep myself safe? How do I keep the teenager that I love safe, and feeling like they're failing?
It's crazy how growing up in the 80s, our parents didn't have that option. Our parents didn't have that option, especially in the Black community. There was nowhere for us to take and say, hey, we just gonna turn our kids over to the states because we can't handle them and we fear for safety of the other children. Did we have disciplinary issues? Yes, we did. We were not perfect children. But to rise to the level where these parents are feeling like they gotta turn their kids over to the state. Did y'all see that news story going on up in Virginia where hundreds of parents have been turning over their children to the state?
Parents voluntarily giving up their kids as they get older.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's an auction block.
Nah, that's funny as shit because I went through that. It wasn't just Pennsylvania. I went through that. My mama, right here. Yeah, my mama took me downtown in Baltimore to turn me over to the state. And I told her, I said, you ain't gonna do that because you still want that welfare check. Yeah, I mean. So, and she didn't. So,
yeah, we gonna turn you over anyway. Your comedians gonna turn you over.
That's all right.
I mean, I can sort of relate to that.
Molly, can you share that video again because I want to speak on that. I would just want to make sure that I heard or I saw what I saw.
Okay.
Damn, right for Evans died last
I wasn't necessarily turned over to the state.
And it's Uber.
My older brother Garrison saw the movie Taps back in the day when Tom Cruise was a teenager, and he wanted to go to military school. Well, my mom looked for Garrison to go to a military school that she could afford, and she couldn't find one, but she found Glenwood School for Boys. And when she found that, they said, well, you know, we won't take Garrison, but we'll take Damien and Ryan, your two youngest, because we take them when they're young. So, I mean, I've been in at least some type of home since the 4th grade. And I asked my mom why she did that. And she goes, because, you know, you didn't have a father. You need to have a community. You need to have some father figures. And it was the best alternative for me, you know, after I just got custody of you. I said, all right. I saw her on the weekends.
I'll be back. I gotta go see my breast cancer doctor. They gotta go look at my nipple.
Alright.
White nipple, white nipple.
I'll be back. Yeah, they gotta move it. I'll be back.
Alright.
That part.
I'm about to play the game, Bree.
Did y'all see that news story going on up in Virginia where hundreds of parents have been turning over their children to the state?
Parents voluntarily giving up their kids as they get older, close to being teens or in their teen years. It is a huge problem in Virginia, specifically in our part of the Commonwealth. It's called relief of custody. Hundreds have been filed in just the past 5 years. 10 News investigates what's going on and the group working to find solutions. Basically, giving up your kid is, wow, I can't think about that.
Right. I mean, to think of a parent being faced with a decision of how do I keep my younger kids safe? How do I keep myself safe? How do I keep the child, the teenager that I love safe, and feeling like they're failing?
It's crazy how growing up in the 80s, our parents didn't have that option. Our parents didn't have that option, especially in the Black community. There was nowhere for us to take and say, hey, we just gonna turn our kids over to the states because we can't handle them and we fear for safety of the other children. Did we have disciplinary issues? Yes, we did. We were not perfect children. But to rise to the level where these parents are feeling like they gotta turn their kids over to the state, did y'all
dropping the motherfuckers off? Crazy.
That
Hey,
is
my mom,
that is
I'll tell you, my mom
sad.
used to work for Child Protective Services, and Child Protective Services have the right to pull the child, but the family didn't have the right to turn the child in. Isn't that fucked up? She again.
Damien, go take your Ritalin.
Man, because hey, yay.
They said hundreds, but you know what, Damien, like she said, in the Black and brown community, that stuff wasn't heard of. Where you could just your child getting in, okay, that's it. I'm gonna drop you off. I'm gonna turn you in. I'm gonna release custody. Only bad kids. You used to have to rip the child from the home, even if they was bad. And CP, that's why people say because CPS, they used to run and hide the kids. Though they didn't want the CPS or welfare. Are you not taking my kids? It was one of those things that we walked with them till the wheels fell off until we absolutely couldn't get them no more help. That's when they got institutionalized. Somewhat in prison and somewhat other places, but not just because I can't do nothing with you. You're unruly. I'm released. They said kids get ready to become teenagers at an early teen. I'm like, dang, what happened to discipline? What happened to the belt and switch? But they just like, go.
Yeah.
And like she said, we didn't have a lot of that in our community.
Hey, when I was a kid, that was scarier than going to get an ass whooping. When you had to go out and get the switch yourself.
It's double dutch, Shaquan. You gotta just jump in. Don't be trying to be.
Oh, Shaquan! I didn't even know Shaquan on the show. I heard y'all to let me know come in.
That's my point. Give us some love.
No,
Shaquan.
What's up? I agree with Josh. I think the grandparents are too busy partying to partake in their role as grandparents, because when, like me as a parent, if my child couldn't take care of their children, I'm gonna take my grandbabies. I'm not gonna put my grandkids in the system. These grandparents today are the same irresponsible parents from the 80s. So they're just like they were irresponsible us up on our grandparents. They irresponsible now. They don't want nothing to do with their grandkids.
But Shaquan, it's not the grandparents' responsibility to take care of their child. It's not my grandparents' responsibility to take care of what forged into this world. I brought my children in this world. It's up to parents to be parents once they become parents. That change your title to take care of your children. Now, can the grandparents help if they can? Yeah, they like the safety net. But your first line of defense is your parents. Is that mommy and daddy for that baby? That part. Because if my mommy and daddy was some piece of shit, I don't want them around my child. I don't want, I mean, let's just be honest.
Didn't your grandparents raise you?
Yes, my grandparents raised me, and I thank God because God put them in place of me because my parents were still children. My parents were still children. My grandparents raised me at the same time they were still raising my mama.
But okay, so isn't that still like what we're talking about with the fact that you? Yeah, that's still what we're saying. That's why I asked you just so you can say that, just so you know, because that's what we're talking
Well,
about.
I'm assuming these adult parents.
I mean,
When
but
you become a parent, when you're an adult.
they were still your grandparents. While looking at your mom, while looking after you, it was still a streamline in the unit, regardless. So it didn't matter what age.
Yeah, because a family is
Well,
supposed to be.
and I thank God. What about the people that don't have grandparents?
Man, I don't got grandparents.
I was blessed. I was blessed to know what a grandparents is. Some people don't never met their grandparents or don't have grandparents. Some people, but I was blessed to have a young grandparents so they could be influential in my life. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. My grandmother became a grandmother at 36. Molly, can you imagine becoming a grandfather at 36? I mean, at your age, my grandparents was young grandparents. So that was a blessing to have them in my life, and I thank God.
Yeah, my sister, late 30s, she a grandma now. So, it is a blessing, like you said, and most people look at the other way as a curse. I had a young parent. She couldn't raise me, but you got a chance to spend time with your grandparents. I never really had grandparents. They was already dead when I was born or when because my parents way older. My father just turned 76, so it's different, but I think it take a village, like at the end of the day, my gonna get whatever she need from me and my son. They grow up and have kids. Them needing help with their kids is me still helping my child. So that job never goes away. So me helping her grabbing my grandchild is still me helping my child. So I don't like the fact that people say you grown, that's your baby, you should raise it. No, that's our baby because I had you and then you had them. So if you need my help, I'm gonna help you take care of whatever it is. If it's a child, if it's school, it's getting a car, getting an apartment, it's my job to help you as your father. So that's how I help everybody. You had great grandparents. They could have said, it ain't my responsibility. Soon your mother got 18. That's your job. You take care of it. But they like, nah, this our baby. Matter of fact, some grandparents take the child. I'm raising the baby. You get out of here, because they know what's best.
Yeah. Well, that's what's best for the child because some parents don't, and not only grandparents, I'm going to say aunties and uncles too, extended family members. If you blessed to have the people around you, like you said, it takes a village to raise a child. And where is the village for these children that they just turning over to the state? That doesn't even sound right. They just relink. Where is the grandparents, the aunties, the uncles? Where's they said hundreds and hundreds of cases. In Virginia? Never heard of that. Trey, you from Virginia? Have you heard of that in the last 5 years?
Well, I haven't lived in Virginia in the last 10, so I mean,
No, they said that
I'm
this
not
is
like,
a thing in the last 5 years.
but I haven't lived in Virginia in the last 10.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Okay.
So that
I
means
mean, but
that
your
I'm not
folks is
like,
still from,
but we're not talking about that because my sister, for instance, is good. She got 2 sets of
No, what I'm
grandparents. She
saying,
got
have
2
you
aunts.
heard of it?
No, because there's not a
Okay,
reason to
no.
discuss it. We're not passing the information because we're good. When it comes to making sure my sisters are around 15 years older than my sister, for instance. I was actually going to say that. So to have a crazy time difference like that, never thought I was gonna have a sibling. And then I turned like 14, 15, and my mom had my sister. So, I'm happy to have that close range. I have enough time ahead of her to have seen enough to be able to pass something down. But, so, but nah, we don't, nah.
Specifically, baby,
I haven't.
not you.
No, I know you're not talking. I know you're not talking about me. I'm okay. You asked me a question about,
Have you
and I was
ever
saying
heard
that,
of that? The program
and I was,
that they're talking about.
but I said no a couple times, and you still wanted me to say yes. I think.
No,
But I
no, no.
was saying
I didn't
no.
hear you. I'm asking. Okay, we getting crossed. We getting
What?
wires crossed.
I thought you asked me if I knew
I'm
about.
trying to act.
Yeah, I don't think she
You
can
asked
hear.
me about what was going on in Virginia, and I said no, I haven't lived in. You asked me again in a different way, and I'm still saying no. Then you said like, did anyone that I know pass that long? I don't talk to anybody in Virginia besides my family. So they're not talking about that because
Okay.
when it comes to children, the youngest one, the only child is my cousin. I mean, I'm sorry, is my sister. So she's good. So we're not having those conversations. There's no reason for them to tell me that.
You know what else he told me? He said they don't provide.
I was just asking about the program. You ever heard of the program? I don't like. I hear about other programs in DC. I don't live in DC, but I hear about the other program. I'm just asking. I never heard of the program. Has anybody else on this panel heard of that program that they're talking about?
But I have, but I
Called
said
child
no.
release.
Yeah, I said no.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
that's it. Okay, then okay. I didn't hear you. I didn't think it was okay. Moving on next.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm confused.
My mom just knew that me and my little brother needed to be in a structured environment. God damn. So, I mean, I've been in a structured environment until I got out of a structured environment, and now I have an unstructured environment. Took 50 years and 8 kids and 9 grandkids, but I am now unstructured.
Well, sometimes those places aren't structured environments. That's why all of these lawsuits are coming up for Cheltenham and all of those other boy villages at home where the kids got in there and they got abused. They went out of the fire pan and into the fire. And now they damaged adults. There's so many.
That does happen. And, it was when I was 11 years old, there was a ham radio instructor that was giving all the boys Playboy magazines. And one day he had come up to where we have to do the ham radio from one building to another just to train. And, he come up there and he's like rubbing on my legs and, put his hand on my junk. And I'm just a child. And my mom picked me up the very next day because she picked us up every Friday. And so I'm telling my mom about it. And she's like, oh, shit. Oh, fuck. That guy's a fucking child molester. So she went back to the school administration and had a meeting with them. Says, you either remove that man or I'm going to remove you guys. Sue the fuck out of you. That was my mom, though. And I only saw her on the weekend.
I still think the parents of the grandparents of today are the same lazy parents of the 80s that was dropping their kids off with their parents. And if they wasn't good parents, they're not going to be good grandparents. I stick by that. I stand by that personal experience. I'm telling you, if a parent dropped you off in the 80s to their parents, then in the 2000s, they don't want no parts of their grandkids unless they get a check.
I don't know. People can change. They grow up. They get smarter. They know better.
So right. She is so right.
I don't know. I don't see it differently.
Scares the crap out of me. And my oldest daughter, Zoe, she's already had all 4 of her kids taken from her, either from grandparents or the state. Because she was fucking up the whole damn time. But I have to, I have to love her as my daughter.
Damien, you wanted the grandparents.
I was 18 years old when she was born on Valentine's Day. So I was a child raising a child. I had no idea what I was doing. I was in fantasy land. I had no idea. And all the mistakes that I made, the divorces I went through, the drugs that I'd done, the stuff like that I showed her, I can't fault her now in her 30s and say I don't love you anymore because of all the things that you did that I did. Because I take full responsibility. I'm probably a contributing factor to showing her that type of behavior.
Okay.
So what's the stats?
I'm saying, what you
Y'all
say,
are talking
Shaquan?
about people having kids taken
I
away
said,
from their
what's the
parents,
stats
or
on it?
parents
What's
giving their
the
kids away.
statistic? Out of every installment, how often is this happening? Is this something that is this a national emergency? Like, what's the stats on
I
it?
don't know, man.
Yeah, I want to.
That's
Yeah.
pretty,
I don't know.
it's going very high. I can tell you.
I didn't even know they had a program that you could release your kids into like that. That the parents just get tired and give up. Like the lady said, she was like, "This is happening in Virginia."
Thank God.
I'm like, wow.
Thank God.
And then they said about hundreds. They said hundreds of kids. So I'm like, well, then where are these kids going? Where are these? Because where are they housing us at? Where are these facilities? What are they doing
stand
with
my
these
kids
children?
because they're always talking to me when I'm on my cell phone trying to play my video game. I can't stand my kids for simple, stupid fucking.
Damien, I'm sorry.
The children are either going to Epstein Island or Diddy's party. That's where the children are going. Those are the kind of places they're going to. They're going to Epstein Island and Diddy.
Yep. You're right. It's sad to laugh.
Going.
It's funny that might be.
What's even sadder is that they even know about it.
Yeah, it's just sad that in these last 4 years, people feel like they can't take care of themselves, and now they can't take care of their kids. And they still vote the same people. And I don't know what y'all got going out Virginia, but whatever it is, y'all need an empty house. If you feel like you can't take care of your kids, you got to drop them off. I heard about the young kids, like you drop them off at the firehouse if you feel like you're a young mom. Now they got one that they got a box out that you can just drop your kid in there, it alert the people, and they come ASAP.
They'll come get it. Yeah, I've seen that shit.
Yeah, it's called a baby box.
We're gonna put a box in the barber shop where you drop your kids off in.
Phil, you did say that we collect toys and kids. Phil out there collecting kids. Phil, what you doing with them kids?
We ain't collecting kids on here. We ain't doing
No, Phil is.
Now that's why y'all call street line.
Well, I don't want to collect nobody.
Hello. Hello.
Well, there. I don't need an extra mouth to feed.
Wow. I always was taught and raised up. You struggling, you struggle together as a family. You struggle, I can never. Well, I'm in a different mindset. I grew up in the same time, but because I had older parents rearing me, I got an older mindset. I'll say that. It's like you struggle, you sacrifice for your kids, so you struggle together. Times get tough, I get frustrated and I'm pissed off. I'm just going to drop my child away. Wow, where they do that at? Because I never seen that happen. I seen children get abused because their parents are damaged and then they try to hurt the kid. Kids get taken away for that reason, not just the fact that, oh, I'm tired, I'm giving up, I don't want to be parents no more.
It's a generational thing. That's a learned behavior. For somebody to just say, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to do it, it's because the people before them did that to them. It's a generational thing. These behaviors are learned. Who's going to have a child and say, oh, I can drop it off? Nobody in their right mind is going to do that.
That's what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying, Shaquan. We learned to struggle together. I got my baby. I might have to do some stuff for my baby to get fed, but I would do whatever I need to do for my baby to get fed. If I got to get back on the phone again, and not just like
Like, did it say like the age range of the parents, or whether it's male, female, whatever? Did it say what the statistics were on people?
18 on down. They're saying teenagers, kids, everything.
I hate to say this, but damn, this is white people shit. Black people didn't do that.
That's what the lady said in the video.
This is
Lock
white
it in.
people. This is white people shit. We wanted to do the same thing they were doing. We didn't have that.
That's what she said.
We had to take care of our own. So if you sitting there, you feeding into that shit, that's white people shit. Now we feel like we can do the same thing they can do. We didn't have that option to take care of our drop our kids off nowhere. We had to take care of our own damn kids. We sitting there playing like we don't know what the hell going on. This white people shit. Lock it in.
That's what the lady said in the video, Phil. That's what she said. She said this don't happen to black and brown communities.
Yeah. Lock it in, Phil.
Come on out, Phil. Lock it in.
Oh, lock it back in.
Oh shit.
Yeah, black kids drop kids off the family. I heard it like off the grandma house, never came back, auntie house, but never to the government.
Never to the government. We may take it to grandma
Never
house,
to the
we may take it
government.
there, but we ain't giving that. We ain't doing that. And the bottom line is,
Never.
they weren't taking them. So
That's crazy.
You could have been a toxic parent. You could have been a toxic parent that despised your child, and you would drop them off at a family member's
try to
house.
drop Ray off at the fire station if you
Like,
want to.
before, yeah, you never. Nah, I've never heard of that. Never heard nobody mama do that shit.
This is sad.
Right.
That's
And
not
they
our
said
thing. I'm
hundreds of
sorry.
kids. And so
We do
it's the
shit.
white people thing.
We do
Hundreds of
shit,
kids.
but
Like, where the
It's
hundreds of
a
kids
white people
go?
thing. Lock it in. It's a white people thing. Lock it in.
and what?
Y'all crazy.
It's just sad, man. If y'all had a friend or something like that and they was talking about giving up their child, what did you tell them?
Bring them here.
Hurry up.
Number one, let's sit down and have as friends. Let's figure out as friends.
My wife Connie would say, no, just bring him here. Just bring him here. I know you're going through some shit right now. Okay, but just bring the baby over here. Okay, you just calm your ass down and you come talk to me in a couple of days. Okay, but yeah, bring that baby to me. That's what I would say.
Jamie and I have gone through taking custody of my kids and family, my friends' kids and family members' kids, because they go through their situations. And if you're a friend and you're a real family member and you believe it takes a village to take a child, to raise a child, go to the extent. But I have court papers. I had to become a certified foster parent and everything. I have actually taken custody of my people's children and kept them until they got themselves together and gave them back.
Yeah, I fuck with that. And if you that person's friend anyway, if you really their friend anyway, you already have a connection with that kid. So the bond or whatever is already there. So it won't even be, Yeah, so I'm with that. I like that answer.
And family ain't always
and not to say nothing, but a lot of times in the black community, like coming out with especially at the age of 12 or 13 or whatever, my circle of friends and my son's circle of friends, if there was the situation where he got into it with their mom, and I'm talking to their mom, and it was like, oh, I'm gonna put this person out. I can't deal with this person. I said, let him come and stay with me for a couple of days. Y'all get your head buried straight, and they talk it out, talk things, through. And sometimes we need to separate so we can come back together the right way. And my house has been a safe haven for a lot of kids. Tyree will tell you, that's why they used to always call me Mom Dukes. Hell, I came out of the hospital and one of my son's friends was staying. I said, what the hell is this? But I didn't throw him, out or whatever, and his situation. And I let him stay, and he got on his feet. And I would say today, that boy is doing well. He got his own place. He is a manager. He's doing good for us. I'm so proud of him. And I'm surprised that I was there to help when I came in. That's just from the heart. But people go through things. That's life. But you don't. If you can help somebody, you do what you can do. That's if you can. Everybody can't, but if you can, be there and be there for the parent. The child was going through. Then I contacted the parent. Hey, what's going on? And we talk. Sometimes it takes. You said if your friend was going through, be a friend. Like Trey said, be a friend. And as a friend, we're gonna sit down and work this out. Like what we gonna go through? Because we friends. Love is dead. As long as that love is in that mix, y'all can come up with something. Y'all can cook together. Y'all can make together. As long as that love is in that mix.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you. Yeah, that's deep.
Couldn't have said it better, Althea. Couldn't have said it better, baby. Because I know in my life, growing up as a child and being an adult, being a grandfather, when I had to get back to my Bible, and I know that there's a greater sin than murder. And the greater sin than murder is if you can help someone, you don't do it. And if you can teach your children that, holy crap, man, the world's going to be a better place. And I just believe that if someone knocks on my door, there's a reason for it. It's God's will, not mine. So I might as well do what I can. I'll size the motherfucker up, see if he's fucking up. I'll make sure he's got a meal and a place to sleep. Maybe throw him a couple of dollars so we can get down the road and shit like that. But I will never turn anyone away. I mean, that's worse than murder. It is.
I turned some people away. I said in my circle, that love gotta be the strangers. I'm like, wait a minute.
Althea, that's what I meant was you at least got to let them knock on the door. But as soon as you see that they're either a parasite or they are in a place that you can't help them whatsoever, you do need to cut them loose.
Yeah.
And that's being
sometimes you don't invite trouble in.
Wow. It's not an overstatement to say that I learned virtually nothing at Stanford Medical School about the tens of thousands of scientific papers that elucidate these root causes of why American health is plummeting and how environmental factors are causing it. For instance, in medical school, I did not learn that for each additional serving of ultra-processed food we eat, early mortality increases by 18%. This now makes up 67% of the foods our kids are eating. I took 0 nutrition courses in medical school. I didn't learn that 82% of independently funded studies show harm from processed food, while 93% of industry-sponsored studies reflect no harm. In medical school, I didn't learn that 95% of the people who created the recent USDA food guidelines for America had significant conflicts of interest with the food industry. I did not learn that 1 billion pounds of synthetic pesticides are being sprayed on our food every single year. 99% of the farmland in the United States is sprayed with synthetic pesticides, many from China and Germany. And these invisible, tasteless chemicals are strongly linked to autism, ADHD, sex hormone disruption, thyroid disease, sperm dysfunction, Alzheimer's, dementia, birth defects, cancer, obesity, liver dysfunction, female infertility, and more. It's not an overstatement to say that I learned virtually nothing at Stanford Medical School.
Yeah, I heard it.
Well, that's if you are what you eat, were a person.
So I guess that explains the semen. Hi, Damien.
She said 99.9% of the food has pesticides in it. And these things.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely does. As a matter of fact, there's an allowable amount for everything. Rat, shit, hair. There's an allowable amount.
Go ahead, Shaquan, what you were saying. Damien, let Shaquan finish. Go ahead, Shaquan. Go ahead about the 99% pesticide that we don't notice in our food that's odorless and tasteless. Go ahead, Shaquan.
And the thing is,
Go ahead.
you ever wonder how you're part of a family that's never had cancer? Cancer does not run in your bloodline, but all of a sudden somebody has cancer. Well, it can be contributed to the food. It's right there. A lot of the food says this causes cancer right on the nutritional statement.
Containers. Yep, and on the containers, carcinogenics, they tell you these are cancer carcinogenics. So, they feeding it to us. They feeding it to us. They even on the fruits and vegetables.
No, but
Well, you know what? I don't blame. I wouldn't blame the farmers. I wouldn't blame the guys that fly around, throwing all these pesticides on our crops throughout the world. The people that I blame are the people that make that final decision, like the stockholders, the ones that got all the money. And then they go, well, wait a minute, what did they say? Oh, hold on a second. All right, so here's what we need to do. We need to prove that they're wrong. So let's go put this out in court for the next 30 fucking years. And then you find out 30 years later that was a fucking problem to begin with.
Well, the FDA knows these things, and you are allowed a little bit of a certain percentage of stuff to come in that's legal. Like what's legal here is illegal in other countries. What they stamp approved here is unacceptable in other places in the world. You gotta ask yourself, why is that?
I know that she said that there was a conflict of interest with a lot of the students in the FDA once they found out what was going on. So the fact that there was a conflict of interest lets me know that there's a lot more going on than what meets the eye. So we really don't even know everything. But yeah, it's in your food, and they're using these pesticides, But at the same time, it's illegal to grow stuff, and it's illegal to harvest your own water.
Yeah.
So you gotta wonder if this is part of a big plan.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Chiquan, it's illegal to harvest your own water.
Yeah, you can't. You're not supposed to hold rainwater.
Yeah, you can do it.
You're not supposed to hold rainwater and stuff.
And you can't have like big farms. Like I grow squash and tomatoes and cucumbers every summer. But I'm telling you, you can't grow a lot of stuff or you will get fined.
Yeah. There is a limit.
I thought it was only if you tried to give the food out. If you tried to sell the food, you'll get fined. That's
but if you're
no,
able to
that's not it.
If you're able to mass produce, then yeah, it's a law.
Yeah, it has to
Mass
be
produce
very-
means I got enough to feed this whole neighborhood, then that's a problem for them.
Yep. They'll fine you for that.
Yeah.
Even if you're not selling it.
Yeah, I'm reading about that type of stuff now, just so I don't get myself in trouble trying to do certain things, especially where people can see it and people can tell on you if they give a fuck.
But look,
But
Trey, give me my tomatoes and peppers on the D-Low. Look, just say when you add to the guacamole, because I love me some fresh guacamole. Just say,
ain't no mass production, so I ain't gotta worry about nobody trying to get me. And ain't no mass production. It's just enough for for a little bunch of people. It ain't enough to feed nobody yet.
Man, they caught me with 3 pounds of tomatoes, man.
That's fine though. That's a euphemism for real. They don't know about that.
We laughing and joking, but one day maybe that's going to be, in the future, the way things, you never know. Like, I got the tomatoes, 3 pounds of tomatoes, it's like weed.
I mean, honestly, as scary as it's getting out here these days, like if y'all really looking around, it might turn to that. It might turn to that. As our money is changing and it's becoming electronic, and the power of the dollar is going down, and shit used to be. I remember a bag of candy was like 30 cents or 50 cents for a big bag of candy from the corner store or something like that, or
you can't even buy a dollar. Won't even get you no candy. It won't get you nothing.
About like $2.83.
Hey, I'll
That's
tell you
what I'm
what. I'll tell
saying.
you what pisses me off. What pisses me off is that a fucking 12-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew or Sprite or Coca-Cola is more expensive than a 24-ounce tall boy Budweiser. That is crazy.
That's crazy.
What?
Yeah, wild as fuck.
The Mountain Dew, the Sprite, all the sugar, that's more expensive than beer. That freaks me out.
How about you should be more concerned that even I don't drink the dairy milk anyway, but how you should be more concerned that a bottle of Mountain Dew is more than a half gallon of milk.
That's crazy. That means there's a lot of people that like sugar in the company.
I don't drink, so I don't know what the tall boy is.
Yeah, you drinking some cheap beer. That's what it sounds like. You know, you might.
Yeah.
They got beer that costs more than that. You know, but that is amazing. What y'all think about that? The lady that basically saying she went to medical school and she ain't know none of them things. She ain't learned none of them things in school because we tend to always say my doctor said this, my doctor said that. She went to school to become a doctor and she's trying to realize that all the bullshit they was teaching her, it wasn't really to help people, it was to keep them sick. You know, so that's what I wanted people to really open their eyes to. And she was opening people's eyes to. Like, I went to school for this and I ain't learned none of this in school. So now she teaching herself, she learning her own. And that's why I tell people always try to teach yourself. Most of the stuff I know is self-learned, you know, but people still like to say you ain't got that piece of paper. You ain't go to school for it. And I'm happy I didn't because I'd be programmed to think different. I'd be programmed to believe the bullshit that they push. But now I'm happy doctors coming out. Same thing they did through the pandemic. This ain't good. The research say this and that. They doing it now about the food, you know. So I just want to know how y'all think about that now that you hear that a doctor coming out saying she ain't learned nothing that's actually good for the human body in school at all. They ain't teach her none of these things.
Molly, I believe her. I believe her.
I believe it too.
What doctor did she go to that they didn't teach her nutrition? Because they made us take a nutrition class. So
she went to Stanford University for medical school. That's an A plus. That's an A.
Yeah, that's a upper.
And they don't teach a nutrition class. Wow.
And also, if you think about the whole system in general. Now, even though we're talking about wellness, you got to think about the whole system in general. Okay, so you got. I'll go over here. This is big company, big pharma, right? And this is big education. So big education has to be told exactly what to do to give all the money over here.
Right.
And better do it. Make sure people stay sick.
That's where it's at, Damien. Good job.
But not just with the medical. My son told me the biggest ripoff is college. He said because you try to get out there on your own, but college don't do nothing but put you in debt. Before you can get out there and make any money, you already $60,000-$70,000 in debt. So you already against the stone. You already in the red. So you got to get out there, work and hustle, and try to pay back Uncle Sam his money.
Do what the man tells you, and do what the man tells you.
So why we not coaching making money outside of
them got
a
grants
job
and
then,
shit.
if that's the case?
Yeah, but grants only give you so much.
Making money outside of a job then, if that's the case.
With money, that ain't nothing to some families. All you do is donate to the school, you good. You know, I done met kids, man, that was rich. Like the shit didn't even make sense. We was trying to get just a unit. They had a whole apartment. Oh, I got a 3-bedroom. My dad just rented out for me. So it's people out here got money.
got a question.
They ain't paying for school.
We're talking young.
They parents.
Hey, Mom, we're talking young kids in high school. And this comes from the military, by the way.
In high school.
We're having military people go into high schools all over the country, and what their job is to say, look, you come work for me, I'll make sure your education is paid for. Man, come on. Ain't that a bait and switch tactic?
Think about it. These things are done on purpose.
Trey, what was your question, Trey? You said you had a question.
Oh yeah,
I
I was
thought you
asking.
said you had a question.
Yeah, I was asking like why we not. I mean, I'm not saying everybody's not, but why isn't there more coaching of how to make like different streams of income instead of like? I mean, I guess people could say older generations didn't have the knowledge or whatever the fuck, but why don't there's when you look around and look on social media, you don't really see a lot of people teaching their kids shit about making money outside of a job because we all know that depending on the job, doesn't matter how much you make, it oftentimes isn't always. It's not designed for it to be enough. It's not designed for, unless you
But
go into
let
a
me tell
specific
you,
field. It's not enough.
let, let me tell you why what they doing now. With the trade schools, I don't know if nobody knows it now, but
Yeah.
like with the trade schools, like where you used to be able to work on cars, now they want you to go to college because they're making the cars electric. So you got to go to
Yeah, I've heard that
college
now.
just to work on cars. And then even to the beautician, you know how they used to be able to fly line lace them hair? Do you know you have to go before you can braid somebody hair now? They want you to get certain licenses and certain uh, stuff just to be able to braid hair. What they
But
did before
why?
the
But why
government is
not?
stepping in.
So what kind
Well,
of?
this is
Let
what I'm
me
saying.
ask
The
you a question.
government.
Let me ask about the classes. That's what I'm asking about. What you talking about? So what about those
Yeah.
type of classes now is different? What are they demanding? You say you gotta go to college for that, or you gotta go to school for that? Because you should go to school if you're doing hair.
They're making you go to the schools, to the trade schools,
Yeah,
where
you
it used
should.
to be a
You should.
time. Wait a minute, it used to be a time when my girl Tanisha could braid some hair. In order for her to braid hair, she got to go and take all of these hours at the school because she to
Yeah.
learn what she already know how to do. That's just so they can get money off of her paper. So
Nah,
she got
nah.
to
It's
go
so
on
you
that,
can know what you're
spend eight
doing.
thousand dollars alone.
You
I
can't
mean,
put a
she
permit
already
on
doing
nobody's
it. I
head.
mean,
Yeah, you can't
these
put a
are
permit on nobody's
established.
head.
What I'm saying, these are established braiders, and in the braid shop, and what they're doing, they're going back and making these people become to get their license to get certified. So even though
Yeah,
she's been doing
because
hair for 20 years, she got to go back to school to so she can get this piece of paper. She get the piece of paper, but
it's
she
a
go back to do
new
what she
wave
been
now.
doing.
It's a new wave now, so it's unfortunate that that might fuck her up, but because of her knowledge and expertise, it shouldn't be a problem when it comes to like have passing all her tests and exams and everything. Because in this new wave, these young kids, these young people are trying to upcharge y'all and don't have no hair knowledge. That's why half the women online are coming out bald or covering it up with a wig because they don't have hair health knowledge. So because you can straighten some hair, I can straighten the shit out your hair myself. Flat iron, feather it, whatever, but I don't have hair knowledge and I would make your shit fall off. I try to put a perm in it. So if so the hair care part, I'm all for. If that's what she has to
But
go for, if that's
these
what
are
she's
not
learning.
even. These are for the braiders. I'm talking about even the braiders.
But them
They're
braiders
making
are
it go
ripping
like
hair
that.
out. They're doing the same thing. They don't know about hair knowledge. They don't know when it's time to stop braiding that shit and give it a rest and what to give it to make it flourish again.
Well, they're going back and everybody they used to do tech, they institutionalize it, and that's your part. How much you got to go to school? You got to
But my
get your
question is,
license.
so I
You
can
got to have.
understand
You got to get a
for
government job.
clarity. So you saying they have to get their license? I think they should have one. What else was you saying that they have to go to school for? I know it might be unfair to, I guess, have to pay for classes, but if it has to do with being certified and up to code, going on with the chemicals and these products and all that type of stuff, I think that knowledge is necessary. It can't be
Right.
on Sadie Mae that be flattening out her hair and doing all the girls' hair for prom and all that, and she's talking about she want to run a shop because that's what these young kids are doing, and they're making people's hair fall out because they don't know nothing about hair health, hair types, low density, high porosity, all that. So I think they should know that. I don't know if that's what you're saying that they should be able to do hair without it or um because they should.
Your question was asking about the side hustle. Like if you knew somebody that knew how to braid hair, you said
Mhm.
what happened to the side hustles? If you knew somebody that knew how to braid hair, they don't. They either stopping or they even in school. If they in school, that's great. But a lot of people like, oh no, I don't do that wrong because I got to get a license to do this and blah blah blah. That's the side hustle
Well,
for them making
well,
money.
I
There's
got,
always a stop.
You don't know
I
women is
got,
still great there in their house?
Yeah.
I
And
got,
we
No, no,
I got quite a few friends, man, that are absolutely the
but that's
best
not
artists.
that's
The
not
ones
the
that could do like the most
come on,
amazing
man.
things, and they're tattoo artists. And you know what? When someone says, "Hey, man, I'm having a tattoo party. Come on over," I'm gonna hook you up. I mean that side hustle. I think everyone should have a side hustle. Why not?
Yeah, but I'm saying that doesn't stop. My point is that doesn't stop because you need to have a shop. Yeah, I don't think you should be in an apartment complex and have 15 people running out every day. I don't think you should do that. But you got a friend's house that lets you come
Hey,
through
but
because she
if
ain't
you're
good.
that good, you do have 15 people running in and out. If you're a shitty tattoo shop and you just spent for your overhead and you only
My
get one
point
or two
is,
customers a
my
week,
point is,
man, I'd rather
what
be
I'm
in that apartment building and have
what
my
I'm trying to
15
say
running in and out.
though, what I'm trying to say though, for someone who does want to hustle and make money under the radar, if you're not fortunate enough to live somewhere that's not monitoring and watching you and having neighbors that can tell on you, is what I'm saying. Then you have the luxury of maybe running some low key shit and not having nobody in your business. I'm saying for those that live in an apartment or have to worry about it or live in public
You
housing
just
or
say I
anything
do
that
it.
someone.
All you have to do is say I do it for free, and they just give me donations. I do it for free.
That's not okay.
I'm an
That's
artist.
fine. All right. All right. Let me finish doing what I'm doing.
I'm confused.
It's legal.
I'm
Yeah,
lost.
because never mind. That doesn't make sense.
I'm lost. What was the question? Was you was asking what Trey,
yeah.
finish your question.
It just we always make I guess comments about certain things, then we get on to another comment, then another comment. I don't know these days, but he was asking about side hustles, and you brought up some girl that she
That's why
can't
I'm
do
saying we're
something
not
in the
clear.
house no more because she got to go to school and do this and do that to continue.
Right,
It's
the
like
side
cook-
hustle.
it's
And
like
that's
cooks.
why
I know
that's
that
why I
chef.
don't understand why we're not clear because I was responding to you and what you said in response to that was that's why I'm not sure why we're not clear because I'm clear. I'm not being disrespectful or anything. I'm clear in my responses. You responded by saying, that was your example of a side hustle that got diminished because of the system or whatever. Okay, if that's your response, I'm saying if you live somewhere where you're not monitored, just an example, I'm not trying to show my neighborhood like to say anything, but somewhere where you're not having nobody watch you, like apartment complex, then you maybe don't have to, it's easier for you to do something on the low. If you're in an apartment complex, you have to worry about 15 people coming in. If you're a good person, you got, you do hair good and you have 15 people coming in and out of your apartment. That's cool money wise, but that's not cool wise for the safety of and security of your place. So, I'm saying that it can still happen. You can still continue that hustle without a problem. You just got to change up how you do it. That doesn't stop your bag. The system doesn't just stop you from making that money. If you're a hair braider or whatever, that's what I'm saying. But
Lock it in.
I was responding to what you were saying. I was like saying that to me is not accurate because you still make your money. So I was saying I thought your example, you know, you can still make money. So the system can't stop your bag.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, true. That's true. You got to find another way around it. Just like with Cash App, they be telling you you can't send off this and this and that because they looking or if you send too many, they snatch you. You got to find another way around it. You're right. That don't mean you can't make the transaction. I guess you just gotta go another way around it. Is that what you saying, Trey? There's always a way around something.
Yeah, it's always a way
Hello,
around something. Yeah,
Trey? Is Trey still there?
yeah. He muted his mic. He's doing something.
Oh, okay.
A lot of feedback today, a lot of echo, and y'all can't hear each other, so y'all talking over each other. So you gotta really wait until somebody finish talking, because about time somebody halfway through, y'all start talking. So it's just a bunch of.
Well, hey, I'm sorry. I probably instigated the whole thing because I knew we were talking about some other type of currency and stuff like that, and how to have a side hustle. And the only point that I was trying to put out there for myself was, you know, if you have something that is going to feed you and your family and your friends, then that's what you need to do.
Yeah, I mean the video I showed was about a doctor who was saying about the food and how and everything. And somehow y'all went elsewhere. I don't be knowing
Well,
how that
hey,
be
Molly,
happening.
think about
All
this
we
though,
do is
Molly.
comment on the
If it
video
went
one
elsewhere,
at a time and move on, but we get too caught up into why this person did this and why that person did. Why you ain't do this? Why you ain't do that? Just give your opinion on the video so we can move on to the next video. We do too
but
much
isn't
back
that
like this.
isn't that the side hustle? The way that you know, the owners of those companies that have been poisoning us or whatever, they're the ones that have the real side hustle. They're the ones making the most money. Everyone else just has to eat their shit.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of great side hustles for people. Some people willing to do it, some people don't. It's a risk. Some people selling drugs, some people not. Some people selling all waters on the corner, Gatorade. Some people doing OnlyFans. You know, so it is side hustles out here. You just gotta find what's a good side hustle for you. And if it takes for you to get a license, do that. You know, I know dudes was cooking food for the neighborhood. You buy a plate for $10, $20 and it's good, but now they want a restaurant. You can't just say I'm gonna get a spat and do dinner out of here and don't get a damn license. No, you gotta get a food handling license because now you go into a broad audience. So that's all I was getting from what Trey was asking about your friend. She want to style hair. It don't matter if it's been 20 years. You got a spat in the building.
That's
You
why
get
I'm
a
confused on why we
license to do these things like everybody
Yeah.
else. But for a long
I
time, a
agree.
lot of women didn't have to do that early on, so they got away with it, you know. But now you got to get a license, and they good at what they do. A lot of them know about these things, so they pass the test easy. But for the ones who never took the time to study about hair and what products you should use and don't use, them the ones who having a hard time because they can still braid, but at the same time, you can't work in the shop if you don't know how to straighten comb with somebody. You got to know how to do nails just to do hair. They make you do a nail course as well, you know, so it ain't just about hair, it's all about hygiene. So if that's something you want to get into, learn it. Like study it. We all come in anything you learn in empty space. I ain't know how to work a camera when I first grabbed it, but as time went on, I learned it. You know, I ain't go to a class initially, but eventually I said, let me take some classes so I can get better at this. And I paid to take classes. So it just depends on the person. You really want to learn something and do something as a side hustle, man, take the time, learn it, and do it. You only get one life. Why? I don't know why people be waiting
I feel
around.
like that's what I was saying though.
Yeah, that's
Like what
exactly
you
what you
just
were
said, I feel like I was just saying, and I don't know why
No, that's
she was
exactly what you were
confused when I responded to what she was saying. That's why.
Echo.
Oh.
Her on their phone. But I thought it'd be a good video to share the doctor, you know, just mentioning how much things she thought she knew coming out of college and all the things she learned, but all the things she learning now is things she didn't learn at all, you know, and she like, it's just amazing how they
Oh
don't
yeah.
teach in school. So you can apply that when you become a doctor. She'll tell you a lot of natural ways to do these things instead of just feeding you medicine. But when you don't know and they teach you this in school to give you this medicine, this herbal, oh, I see this, I see that, that's what they do. But now she's starting to know, like, no, they should do this, and oh, why we can't use these foods been sprayed, what's this, looking it up, and she's starting to research and understand, oh, they harming these people, they keeping them sick so we can sell them drugs. And I'm with people that's opening people eyes to that, because she ain't got to, she part of it, she ain't got to say nothing, she can keep making money, but she like, nah, this not right, you know, this not good, we shouldn't be spraying food on people, we should let people know, you know, so she a whistleblower.
Yep.
LA, we doing better, man. I should have went to the ad videos, huh?
Hey, Molly, you got that video that I got where Cat Williams was talking about putting kids on the
Them comments is funny.
He not going to show a video about Cat Williams talking about putting kids on Ritalin, Damien. He's not going to do that, Damien.
Okay.
Because you got to get this stuff to him in advance. You got to get it to him in advance, and he got to know. We got to know that's coming up, or we want to talk about it. So it's like we can't send it to him at the last minute. You got to send it before the show starts.
I sent it at 6:30 this morning.
Oh, did you? Molly, he sent you a video at 6:30 this morning?
I actually said two. I said two.
Oh, God. He probably did. He probably did.
You guys told me the rules. I got to get your all's approval and stuff, and I was doing that. I mean, I was up early.
Yeah, I probably didn't see it. Then I'm sending you the link, and then I just go and keep sending everybody else the link. This clip I got of this guy, it's like 8 minutes. Tell me when to start.
Oh, just short, just show the first. Just get to the important part, and then we cut it. Which video is that? I don't know. I gotta listen to it.
I sent him two. One's Cat Williams. I can't remember what the other one was, but it was Wellness Wednesday stuff I had in my head, and I was just fucking around.
I know it's getting cold as shit in here. What's the temperature outside? Anybody know?
In Springfield, it is 55 degrees.
Yeah, it's 53 here.
Okay.
About the same. You ain't got Instagram? You got Instagram?
Nope.
Nope. Connie said, hell no, you don't.
I'm just saying, nope. You haven't had an Instagram. Nope.
Because we got a group chat on there. We got to make a Facebook one. So when you send the videos, you know, I can see you, Lee's, everybody. I'm sending that.
Exactly is glaucoma, and what causes it? Well, in this video, I'm going to be covering just that and more. So let's take a look. Hey guys, welcome to Dr. Eye Health. I am Dr. Joseph Allen, and it's my passion to help educate people about the eyes, vision, and finding the best vision products. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Also, at any point throughout the video, check out the show notes and links below for further information about anything that we forget to mention. Otherwise, let's go over what is glaucoma. So glaucoma is a condition or a disease where the optic nerve dies over time, eventually leading to vision loss and blindness. Now, let's kind of stop and break that into pieces to make more sense out of it. The optic nerve is really the cord that connects the eye to the brain. So light enters the eye, hits the retina, then information gets sent down the optic nerve to the visual processing centers of your brain, and that gives you your eyesight. So if something happens where that optic nerve either gets damaged or eventually dies, then you can't see. And yeah, blindness sucks. However, most cases of glaucoma are actually detected very early with comprehensive eye exams, and treatment is excellent. So most people who actually get regular eye exams, they get detected early on with glaucoma, so early that with treatments, most people never go blind from this condition anymore. except there are some types of glaucoma that are really complicated and severe. So even with the best treatments, some people can lose vision and eventually go blind from this condition. Now, what most people think about when they go to have an eye exam and you think about glaucoma, they think eye pressure, because there's this little pressure test in every eye exam that you'll have where, again, we check the pressure, and we're checking that to make sure the pressure isn't too high. And that's true. High eye pressure is associated with most types of glaucoma. However, not all of them. You can actually develop glaucoma even with normal eye pressures, and we call that normal tension glaucoma. And just a fun fact for today's video, a normal eye pressure for most people is considered between 10 and 21 millimeters of mercury. Now, whether somebody gets really high eye pressures or they develop normal tension glaucoma, the treatment is really the same. We prescribe either medicated eye drops or surgery to lower that pressure down. And for most people, the treatment is really good. However, there are people where even if we bring that pressure really low, they still advance and they lose vision. And so early detection is really key when it comes to glaucoma. So if you haven't had an eye exam in the last year, I really hope that you can go ahead and call your eye doctor and get seen just to make sure that you're not developing this common disease. So now, what causes glaucoma? And honestly, I don't know. In fact, it's kind of still a medical mystery.
Okay.
We don't know the exact
pause it right
cause
there.
for glaucoma.
They don't know the exact cause for glaucoma, but they can tell you what affects the glaucoma. That's why I don't like, because I'm like, if you know that you got a disease and you try to tell me you don't know what causes it, but you tell people do this, do X, Y, Z, health, and what we eat and what we put in our body, I believe causes this mess. You know, because they always say that when you're diabetic, they would say that you can look into a person's eyes and see how a person's sugar's running, or you can tell how a person's sugar's, you know, how their eyesight's going to be by how their sugar's running. So they directly link diabetes with eye diseases and stuff. They always tell you this, but he just said that they don't know how you get it. Does that make sense? I don't know how you get it, but I know this triggers that or that triggers that. Do you believe that they don't know how to get it, or they just don't want to? What y'all think? You think they don't know how this disease, where it come from?
Hey, Connie, say that again. What'd you say, Connie?
It's money. We get money out of it.
Because he said eye drops of surgery.
Connie's point was this: you know, as we age, there are all kinds of things that break down. The older we get. And one of the ones that is the most susceptible to deterioration, of course, is eyesight. That's why we got reading glasses. You know, diabetes. There's a lot of people that, you know, have no signs of diabetes until they're in their 50s and 60s. Now, and Connie agrees it's probably due to a poor diet. And that'll affect your visuals, that's for sure. Oh, smoking and drinking too much, that'll affect your visuals too.
But everything comes back to what we put in our mouth, and I just want to know other healthier ways to get great eye health than surgery, and that medicated eye drops and all of that. They got prednisone and eye drops that they give you for glaucoma. I know because Lee deals with that. And that's why she always going to the eye doctor, checking her eye pressures, making sure it's within the right ranges. And you heard him say 10 to 21 is a good level of mercury, you know, for the eye. But when you get in your eye pressures over 30 and stuff, that's dangerous because you run the risk. It's just like a tire. Your eyeball is just like a tire. It'll develop a bubble if your eye pressure is too high. Y'all can look it up, Google it. If your eye pressure is too high, it'll develop a bubble, and that bubble can pop. and there you go. You don't have no sight on that nerve or on that nerve and stuff like that. But I haven't heard so far the video of him giving me the treatment of what I can eat or what healthy ways that I can combat uh, this eye disease, other than I know just keeping your body healthy and overall. Go ahead, Molly. Pick up the video. What else he's saying?
Oh, they restarted. God damn. So when you eat what you can afford, that's Sliggy Woo. You eat what you can afford.
And unfortunately, for a lot of us, it affords us bad health, and that's how we get going to the doctors and stuck on medicine. I know I'm a victim of that. I'm waiting now. My eyes are so jacked up now. I'm waiting to get a shot in my eyeball. I cannot believe that I'm looking forward to getting a shot in my eyeball because you can't see, your eye hurting, head hurting, it won't stop watering and stuff, all because of because I nerve damage.
You guys want to hear what is a $250 billion industry? Funeral home.
The drug industry. Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. Somebody's dying every day, just like somebody's being born every day.
That's why they selling you that insurance on TV.
How do we avoid glaucoma if they don't know what causes it? Like, so what's the purpose? Like, how can we avoid it? It's no it just we was walking around like shit. I can catch it one day. If it was a way we can avoid it, this would be helpful. But it ain't helpful if we don't know how to avoid it. Should we stay away from certain food? Is it something they might not be telling us that's causing these things? Or, mostly if you do catch it, we at least learn what to do about it.
Well, that'd be
he said anybody.
You also have to remember, are they giving you the right education? Because education is sometimes a motivation for just teaching people what other people want them to know, which is sometimes good, sometimes bad.
So within the
Go ahead. What's that, Rick?
No, I was just saying nutrition is a good class for everybody to take. Whether you a doctor or not, nutrition is a good class. Go ahead.
the eye, there's actually a fluid. It's a clear fluid that acts kind of like the blood of the eye. It supplies energy and nutrients to the eye and keeps it healthy. And we call that fluid the aqueous humor. This aqueous humor is generated inside the eye by a structure called the ciliary body. And the ciliary body is constantly generating this fluid all the time, every day. And this fluid actually flows from the ciliary body behind the iris. It goes through the pupil, and then it actually drains through a structure called the angle. And that's that junction that's created by the iris, the colored part of the eye, and the cornea, the clear window to the eye. And so if for some reason this drain gets plugged up, then the ciliary body keeps cranking out more aqueous humor, and the pressure starts to get higher and higher. And the problem with high eye pressure, you can think of it like a bike tire filled with a lot of air. If you keep pumping the air pressure higher and higher of that bike tire, the pressure keeps getting higher, and the weakest part of the bike tire will eventually thin and bulge outward. And if you keep pumping up the air, then that bulge will eventually pop. So the same concept happens with the eye. If the pressure keeps getting higher and higher, the weakest part of the eye will bulge outward. And the weakest part is the optic nerve. In fact, we actually call that optic nerve head cupping, because when the doctor looks at the eye, it looks like a cup. So when that happens, the nerves of the optic nerve, there's about 1 million different nerve fibers that create the optic nerve. And those fibers actually get pinched off and they eventually die. And that's what causes vision loss. In fact, the vision loss that starts with glaucoma usually develops so slowly that people don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. until it's almost in the pretty much the moderate stages of the disease. Now, the type of vision loss that if you ever experience glaucoma and you experience the vision loss, it happens in your side vision. Your peripheral vision will slowly fade to dark. And it usually starts in one quadrant, sometimes forms an arc sort of across the top of your vision. It can include the lower part of your vision until it becomes complete tunnel vision. If it continues to progress without treatment, it can even then affect the central part of your vision until you have none left. Now, although eye pressure plays a significant role, it's not the only cause for glaucoma. In fact, the disease is associated with many risk factors such as genetics, age, history of trauma, and then other diseases such as high blood pressure and even diabetes plays a role. So now, who's at the greatest risk for glaucoma? Well, the reality is that anybody can develop glaucoma, but people with a family history are more likely. So if you have a grandma or a grandpa who's had glaucoma, or a parent or a sibling, make sure you let your doctor know, because they're going to want to know that. Also, people in general, as we get older, are more likely. So if you're over the age of 60, you're at a higher risk. If you have any sort of African or Hispanic heritage, you're at higher risk. Now, again, age and risk go hand in hand for this disease, but you can actually develop it at any time. Even children can be born with glaucoma, and we call that congenital glaucoma. Now, the big takeaway I want from this video is that glaucoma can be detected early on and treated to prevent vision loss, or at least delay it. So it's really important that you have an eye exam. So if you haven't had an eye exam this last year, I hope that you can call your eye doctor and get seen. Remember that you only get two eyes, so
that's the end
please
of the video,
take care of
Molly.
it.
He's not
So eye
saying
health
nothing
question.
after that. Now, but I did, y'all notice that he said if you're African and Hispanic descent, you're at higher risk. Now, is that because that we know that what we put in our body and eating and nutrition is definitely a health center, epicenter of everything that's wrong with us? Is it because that we eat, we have a bad diet, or we eat stuff that's not too good for the body? You know, like Slicky said, we eat what we can afford. Is that why Black and brown people are at higher risk of developing glaucoma? Because it comes from diabetes or high blood pressure and all that other stuff?
I wouldn't think so. I think it's because of our elevation. We are mountain people. We believe in height, just as the Indians did. Just like the Indians and Spaniards, we lived in higher atmospheres. I developed that way, and now that we're at the lower part of the atmosphere, our bodies is not accepting it for certain one of us. You know, it's like a ram without the horns. It's like a ram without the horns. He's off balance. We are off balance.
Oh, okay. Anybody else on the panel wanna?
Yeah, we here. And I just think our eating habits different. We got different diet. You know, we got history of just eating bullshit. You know, like one chitlins. You know, it was at a point we had to eat those things, but now we don't have to. We still continue to do it. So it ain't really about genetics. It's about we constantly copy our parents and grandparents' habits, and we take it on and we catch the same type of disease they catch. It ain't no different. If I touch a hot stove, I get burnt. You do it, you get burned as well. You know, so it's basically to avoid the same things that they went through. So that's what I think. A lot of Black and Hispanic people, we eat a lot of food that causes these disease. We eat them a lot more than any other race, you know, and because they culture, they eat different things. Our culture, we eat a lot of things with a lot of salt and seasoning because we gotta have that seasoning. Oh, and we clown white people. Oh, you barely don't season your food, but seasoning your food is not good. And we just throw a bunch of seasoning on it, all type of flavors or whatnot. And that's what a lot of these things come from, you know, and causes these illness. And that's what I think is high in our community, in the Hispanic community, because that's the foods that we eat.
Man, I can't believe you said that, Molly, because I have been addicted. I don't know if you guys watch this, but there's this series that I'm addicted to. It's called Alone.
Yeah,
So
I
what
heard.
about
It's where they got to take like 10 people, put them out in the middle of nowhere, and the last person standing gets $500,000.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And you know what they're doing? They're forced to eat off the land, this Mother Earth that we call our planet.
I've seen that show. And some of them are actually nice at what they do, but at the same time, I have a few cousins that was born blind, so I can't say it's not hereditary, and I can't say it's not that it's just what we eat. If you're born blind, I mean, we all have these situations that goes with it, and they can't repair, they can't reverse it. So I don't think it's just the food. I think it's how we were, where we came from, and we don't know. It's just new. I believe.
Well, we know we wasn't mountain people. We wasn't living up in the mountain in the woods. Up in the mountain, the high elevation. We people of the valley. Our color shows us that the sun shines on the valley. We wasn't in the mountains and stuff like that, and in them caves and stuff. We were more about people of color. We talk about the black and brown people of color where we come from. But as far as hereditariness, we think that it's hereditary because we keep those bad habits and bad traits. And some things isn't in hereditary, isn't in the blood. It's in the bad habits that we keep. And that's passed down to generation to generation. It's just that's what it is right there. And because we don't know nobody, say, oh, it's in my genetics, it's in my DNA, using time and time and time again.
What dork?
Did her screen freeze up?
I thought that was my end. I had to come look.
I'm up there moving. I'm up there moving my phone.
And I see myself in that little mini screen moving on time.
I'm doing like trying to catch. I'm thinking I'm breaking up. I'm like,
what was the last thing that? What was the last thing she was about? What was she about to say?
She was saying that we were mountain people.
This damn crow always come on this balcony. Son, this shit is crazy. They
That's how I
flew
feel about
off.
that squirrel. Remember the squirrel I keep showing you? That's how I feel about that. Every time I'm
Man, I swear, I got video from the other day. This damn crow come on his balcony. I can be standing right there. That nigga will come right there and just be looking. I'm like, whoa. I'm a little nervous when you got close. I was cool at first through the window. Damn, that's tight. Nah, that nigga be really trying to come
I
up
would have
on
said
him.
something outside to him. I don't know if
That's Molly, that sounds like some Edgar Allan Poe type shit. Quote the Raven, nevermore.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the one where the squirrel shows up at the guy's house and he put a a bird feeder out there with just with a squirrel. You see that?
Yeah, he always found a way to.
They get the squirrel to sing and shit. Do that with the dang bird, man. Damn.
Baby bird shit everywhere. They shit too much.
But I like to see him. He used to do that shit regularly with that damn squirrel, man. That was funny.
Yeah, he about to come back.
Is he coming back?
Oh, he flew up some IO shit. Yeah, I don't know what's up with him, man. I was like, I posted him the other day, said, should I feed him? People told me, yeah, feed him. Crows got to eat too.
Yeah, figure out what they can't eat and put it out.
Yeah,
I mean, that's dope to have anything reoccurring. Like, you know, you can count on it to be out there. Like, you know, so that's kind of dope.
Yeah, I think her energy from her laptop just died. I think that's what happened. Like she don't have it.
Yeah, she on her phone. She can't even use her laptop today because her internet ain't on. She can't plug it up. You know, so she was working from her phone. her phone probably end up dying. She can't charge that up if it did. You know, once you
Hey,
on
I
this
gotta go. My doctor just walked in the office. I'll be back.
All right. The funny man even speak. Did he say anything?
go ahead, Dame. Connie gonna get jealous.
No, Connie just took off, man. She's got some chores to do. We got,
See, I can tell. That's when you start getting Philly.
I got to babysit my dogs.
Philly.
Come here, Chief. Here's the big one. Come here, Chief. Up. There you go. Jeremy's, big boy. Jeremy's.
Where my dog's at?
My dog's at.
I love my dogs, man.
Yeah.
Nothing
wrong with that.
Gee. Last joint. I'm gonna wait for Reese a little second. If her phone die, we just going.
Hey, Molly, what's funny is the little one, this one right here, this one. All right, so he's a Yorkshire Terrier. His name is Dorky the Yorkie. And he is 3.5 pounds of complete fucking badass. All right, now this one over here.
You know my main.
His name is Master Chief Seaman. He goes by Chief. Come on, get up.
Chief.
This one right here weighs more than you, Molly, and the little one runs his fucking ass.
That's
this one right here. He's a submissive.
Did you say Master Chief?
Yeah, you heard that.
His name is Master Chief Seaman. He goes by Chief.
And he's
Master Chief Seaman.
He's a wire-haired pointer Griffon. And you know the cool thing is that you know this is gonna come off wrong, but I make everything an investment. And Yorkshire Terriers, I can't breed him no more because he already been studded out for like 6 years of his life. Now he's 11. But this one right here, he cost me $1,700, and every time I take him to the vet because he's an AKC champion. The vet has to pay me to jerk him off because he's selling his semen.
Oh wow! Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, in vitro fertilization. You want a championship dog? He ain't gonna get no real pussy. I just take him down the vet, and he just cranks it up.
I feel like anybody on the show can do whatever. But when I say something, you get confused. When I say something, you get confused. But
hey, it don't matter to me. I ain't gotta raise no puppies. I ain't gotta get no bitch impregnated. All he gets to do is he gets to go to the vet and get his thing jerked off, and we both get paid. But he gets paid in fucking kibble. I get paid in cash.
Enjoyment. Hey, I'm gonna write a movie about that, man. Be the dog.
He's so excited to go to the vet. He's so excited. It's like, hell yeah, I know what we're doing.
Yeah, everybody happy to go.
Hell yeah.
Hey, y'all, that's Dane, man. That's what y'all get when y'all watch this show. Dane gonna let you know, man. Hey, I don't know. I like dogs. I just be, I always wonder why nobody make a movie that like somebody just go free all the dogs. Like I sneak in your house, Dame, and just let your dogs
Let
loose.
your dog out.
Yeah, like
Right.
be free and just let all the dogs. Cause it just be funny to me because I hear a lot of people like,
Hey, I'll tell you a story. There's a buddy of mine, and he's right there in Martinsburg, West Virginia. I told him about him. His name's Roy Edwards. He owns First Choice Meats, right? And he's been in that game for I don't know how many years, at least 20 something. But he's got two little dogs about the size of Dorky, right? And he's this big guy. He's been shot 11 times. He's got his own story, but what's funny is he's afraid of cats. I swear to Christ, this big ass brother he's hard as fucking nails. You never want to cross him, but he's afraid of cats. Can't stand him. He's afraid of cats.
That's good. Cats ain't playing. Oh no, I just could never be a dog owner. It ain't that I don't like to clean up after. I like my aunt and them dog. I walk them and all that. I just be wanting them free. Like she was mad I ain't put them on a leash, but now she like it. She's like, damn, they walk without a leash. They still stay beside me. They go, come back. I'm like, yeah, like the fuck, like
Yeah.
you should at least train them to
Got
do that. But
mine.
I
Yeah.
like them. They used to hate when I put the leash on. They get to trying to take it off and doing all this. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't want nobody put some on my neck, you know. And then we say, as black people, we were slaves. As dogs, they slaves, you know. Then we take the
Yeah.
kids and sell it. Like, damn, this shit ain't no different.
Yeah.
And they be
It ain't
sites
no
too, man.
different.
I got these dogs. They be sending
Yep.
pictures. Hey, yeah, I be like, how do the dog mama feel? Like, if that's your dog and you love your dog, how you feel about your dog for real? You just sell their babies, you know. I just like, I don't know. That just
Well,
all
I
fuck
think
with me.
I think my relationship with my dogs are about the same relationship that I have with my children. You know, once they get to a certain age, they're going to be very independent, and they're not going to ask me to feed them. But a dog, you know, once they mark you, I mean, as long as they know that's where you sleep,
Put your
he
mouth on
sleeps
your
on my feet, and I'm feeding him, and I'm getting him water, and he gets to go out and drop a deuce, or he gets to go play with the dog. Anyway, but my dog, yeah, my dogs don't leave my side, you know, unless I, you know, lock them in the house for when
Yeah.
I'm doing my shit.
Y'all a lot different, dog. A dog will never be equal to my kids. Fuck that dog. Y'all be putting
No,
dogs
that's
in
right.
pictures.
Okay,
And
I agree with that. But when you're
no,
and Molly though,
the dog is
no,
family.
Molly though, when your kids get older, and you ain't making no more
Man,
babies.
kids love the dogs. The kids cry to death if that dog, something happened to that dog, because they all love the dog. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I like that, you know, but it's more in the white families, you know, you tend to see that, you know, you starting to see it a lot more in black families now too. That people, man, they love these dogs, you know, the dogs and all the pictures, they dressing them up now. I'm like, damn, the dog fly than your kid. Like, what's up? You got the dog Jordans, you know, so it just be worried. There ain't nothing wrong with loving your dog, but make sure you love yourself for your kids just as much. Some people take care of their dog. Like you would pick up shit after your dog, but you won't change your kid pamper. You know, it just
That would be bad.
Like, you got time to walk your dog, but you ain't got time 5 minutes to walk with your kid or just talk to your kid. This how your day was.
Hey, now listen. What if you know, you got your son or your daughter that just had a child and they don't know how to do the pamper thing, but you've been doing it on them for years? That would be a failure if you didn't show them the right way to do it, right?
Hell yeah, and they gotta learn just how you learn. That's part of it, you know. So if moms taught you, then you teach them. But shit, I was learning as I went. I watched my mother change the pamper. I was like, "It's no way I can get that good." She did it in like 10, 15 seconds. It took me 5 minutes. Stop turning. Oh, they turn it. Oh, she peeing now, and this and that, and it just, you could tell the skill that she had. She done did it so many times, but as time went on, I got good at it. And then when I got good at it, she was out of them. So it was like, shit, the minute I got good at it, then she out of it, you know. So now I'm back to changing pampers.
All right, so Molly, your little homie who is your profile picture. So how old is he now?
Mm-hmm. That'll be 8 months.
So he's still in the Pampers?
Yep, yeah.
All right, now he's 8 months. He's almost walking now, right? He's like grabbing up on shit.
Standing, yeah.
Okay, now this is so cool about little babies. I love it. Now, do you recognize? Because I know you got an older child too, right?
Yeah, she's 15.
Okay, good. She's a teenager. That's a big gap. We talked about that. But is your boy actually pointing out to you that he just fucking shit and he wants you to come do your job?
Hell nah. I ain't seen that. His mom ain't say nothing of it, neither, you know. So I used to see my daughter do these little faces she used to make, like, what the world? And she'd go to the corner and stand by herself. And I'm like, oh, I know what you're doing. Go to the bathroom. And get candy. When she got candy for going, she went for no reason.
Aaron, your daughter's 15, right?
Yeah.
So when was the time that you knew that you had to potty train that child and tell that child that they have no more Pampers?
When she took her pamper off and put a new one on. And I was like, "What's that smell?" The whole time it was a pamper. She already told us, "Oh yeah, it's done." Like you know what you're doing. She even not change herself, but she had pull-ups at the time, so it was a little easier for her. But yeah, it was time when she's like it sit there, like they know when it's time. We used to get whoopings. That's how you learn, But now these kids be, oh boy, he be like, he still ain't potty trained. She still ain't potty trained. Like, god damn, you couldn't start school unless you was potty trained. And now
That's
they
right. You were allowed to go to kindergarten.
Yeah.
My mama taught me how to do it because I was, just young and fucking stupid, a teenager. And so my kids are getting a little to that 8, 9 month, 10 month. As soon as they started walking, my mom, and they called her Grandma Judy, she'd say, just bring them over here for a week. So I actually didn't have to do it. I just know when I came back a week later that fucking job was done because she'd have them just running around the house naked. You go piss on the floor, you go shit on the floor. No, this is where you go. And she was very patient with them.
Yeah. We just sending my brother Kaka house. They come back, they know how to use the bathroom. I don't know what's his magic or what his skill.
Yeah.
For this last clip, y'all, we can give our response. I think we might lost Reese, and then we'll get up out of here and be back till Thursdays.
We have 6G now.
6G's actually been out for a while. Really? Yeah. They can measure EEG waves, like phones can measure EEG waves. And that basically can borderline read your thoughts. And there's a reason why you can get an ad for something in like you were thinking about it. 5G couldn't penetrate deep enough into the cell. And that's why, so what would happen is when all these towers were put up, you'd see kids that were, they would get burns underneath their skin just because the graphene cooks them from the inside out. Jeez. And this is what I've been explaining to people is your body's a liquid crystal, and a crystal is basically an antenna. So you have hundreds of thousands of millions of crystals in your body, and that's how your body communicates with itself. So how do they shut these things down? Heavy metals. You eat things that are improper, disrupts the communication between the body. You get into a state of consumption. Your autonomic functions shut down. It's so simple, but they overcomplicate it. And then you're talking to some doctor, you have a cancer disease, and there's a bunch of doctors in the room. They're saying stuff that's going over your head. Next, you know, you're signing a document to get surgery. It's all money.
Did you know that we have 6G now?
Damn.
It's all money, Dane. We can start with you, Dane. So you ain't got
man. I can't believe. I'm glad you didn't show those other 2 videos that I sent you, man, because that was my fucking point earlier in the whole show, man. Yeah, we live in a society that's based on consumption. So whether it's one of the richest men on the world is Jimmy or Warren Buffett, not Jimmy Buffett, he's a musician, but Warren Buffett, he owns 25% of Coca-Cola. So what are they selling? Well, they're selling is sugar. Okay, now why is it that in the United States that 89.9% of all farmland is now owned by China? All agriculturally cultivated farmland is owned by China. You know why? Because we owe China a shit ton of fucking money. You can look it up. We owe more to China than we have in our national deficit, which is $17 trillion. But because consumption is consumption, McDonald's ain't going away. Budweiser ain't going away. Hershey bars ain't going away. Potato chips ain't going away. So you just have to realize that is your wilderness. So you can decide to be a part of that thing that they made for you, or you can decide you want to make something for yourself. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. I like that, though. I like that. They saying they got this 6G stuff out here. Funny, man. What's your thoughts about 6G? He said that 6G is already out here. We just don't know it. It got the capability that if you think of something, your phone will put it up as an ad. So if you're thinking about pizza will pop up on your phone. And I hear a lot of people saying like, damn, I was just thinking about that shit just popped up on how my phone know I was thinking about this. And now, there's a little explanation of why this been happening through this 6G. What's your thoughts on it, Funny Man?
I agree. You can sit there and be on Facebook, whatever, and be like, damn, I need some pussy. And bam, that shit a porn site will pop up.
Yeah, at all days, huh? They showing you pussy now.
Yeah,
that's excellent. That's what he's talking.
Hey, but what if AI fucks up and you were thinking about your own dick, and then all of a sudden all comes dicks?
Why the algorithm do that? Why the algorithm do that?
Well, I know that on my, I can tell you this, Molly, and it's confused me, but now I'm getting a better understanding of it. Is if I go to like say I want to watch Jordan Peterson, or I want to watch Jamie Foxx, or I want to watch somebody, the next time I log onto my phone, that's the first fucking shit that comes up. Some new shit. Some whatever shit.
I don't know if this happening, but you know how sometimes once again, like on Facebook, whatever, like, and it's like a memory or something will pop in and be like, yeah, I wonder, I haven't talked to so and so in like 20 years or something like that. And then bam, next thing it'll say, you go on Facebook and it'll say people you might know. Like, oh, we're just thinking about them.
That's that 6G, Funny Man. You think so?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just
they say
okay. With what Molly was just saying, Green. With what Molly was just saying, though, Green. So when that shit pops up, people you may know, and you're like, man, I knew that sister back in the day, or I knew that brother back in the day. Do you actually click on it right away and hit them up and say, hey, man, how you doing?
So you
I don't video call or call. I just hit add.
Right.
Yeah,
so there's no real contact. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's
and isn't that the kind of thing? Well, they haven't reached out to me, so why do I gotta, go and participate with their life when they haven't been in mine for years and years and years?
You changing the subject, Dame. That's why I went to you first to ask you something, so you don't cut nobody else off when they answering. You changing the whole topic. You talking about CG. I understand what you saying about them hearing and it pop up, but now you asking about.
No, I was just talking about the algorithms that I noticed that you were talking about. I mean, 6G is burning kids and shit like that, but I mean, if it's really programming us to do whatever they want, isn't that where we're talking about?
Yeah, you could have added that though. That's what I'm saying. When I asked you, Dang, what you think about this? That's
what I was talking about.
But every time somebody else start answering a question, you got more to add on to what you wanted to say, and that will interrupt the show. It messed the flow up. I ain't even get the tray yet, and you was already asking us another question. Like, Funny Man, do you did it? I don't need that. That would drag the show out. What you did had a good answer, but when we get out the tray, I just come back to you and say you want to add something to it, so we don't drag the show on too long. That's the only thing. I don't be trying to cut y'all off.
Fair enough.
What's on the video clip that we shared about the 6G you heard with Dame and Funny Man say? What's your thoughts?
Well, I know that we always fed things long after they've been studied to the T and everything. We'll never know more than the people releasing stuff, release information, releasing new ways of technology and whatever. One thing I paid attention to is when your phone or any device is going haywire, pay attention and notice what the capabilities really are. Because I've seen my phone like wonk out or whatever, but I've seen myself be able to do things that phones like aren't really programmed to do necessarily. It's hard to explain, but Like when your phone is tripping out, sometimes it'll give you certain things you wouldn't be allowed to do. It will. I don't know. I don't know much about like the different like 6G and all that stuff. I don't know too much about that, but I mean, we're just like susceptible to all that stuff. Honestly, the Bluetooth in your car and all these devices that we have that's connected Wi-Fi, and if you have waves that can travel through your house, if I'm in the basement and the source is upstairs or something, it's traveling through walls and all of that. So there's no way that you don't think that it's traveling through you too. I mean, you
Yeah,
know.
I like that. I do always wonder how do the fingerprint stuff work. It's like we gotta be electrical beings. Dame, you ever had somebody accidentally shock you, or you accidentally shock somebody just by touching them? You know, because I
Well,
seen
yeah.
it.
I mean, if you got like wool socks out and you're walking on the carpet, you know, you can go touch somebody just to piss them off and shock them. But what was interesting about that one video that you put up about the crystals is that you know, if you go back to and I'm thinking I could be right or wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm fucking close. Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, there was always a thing called chakras. And what you have to do is you have to align all of your crystals,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And if you have elements that distort it, that means that your chakras are not in line. So
Yeah,
I mean,
right
and
about
that
that.
goes back before Jesus Christ. I mean, that goes
Right
way
about that.
back.
And
Yeah.
I'm
So if you've got your chakras in line and you're a true like monks, you know, if you are truly capable of aligning yourself with your creator and creation, then there is nothing you ever have to worry about.
That's
Well,
big, man. I know you know about them chakras because a lot of people vibrating in their lower chakra. You know, that's when they only think about sex and drugs
Right.
and violence, and that's because you on that lower shock wave. But when you thinking about high vibrational stuff doing good things, because most people be flowing up and down. You can be on a high chakra, then all it take is some video or somebody around you to just say, hey man, hey, you got a cigarette or something like that. It can lower your chakras, you know, or they
What?
start talking about something negative. Oh man, you seen this, and oh, I'm tired of this happening. All we do is that white man always got our foot on the neck, and then it just lower the chakras. And you don't never been in a room be like, man, I gotta go. I don't feel
I got to
right.
get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I and also along with that, Molly, I think that I can honestly say that I've never ever in my life have had all my chakras in line. You know, there's either one up here, or there's one here, or there's one here, or there's
You
one
got
down there.
head,
But I've
jaw,
never
heart,
ever got it right. So, I mean, even though I was bringing that up, but I try and study it to see how I can do better on a daily basis. It's not a matter
Okay.
of, I don't think it's a matter of whether you actually get it right and you are totally in line. Well, because then that makes you a god. You know, that makes you an infinite being. And until you that, you're like a fucking Rubik's Cube. You have no idea what's going to happen until you get to the end of it. You know, is it going to make you straight? You don't know.
Yeah, yeah. And we working on
So,
it though.
but with that being said, though, if you're always constantly trying to work on the ones, you know, because there's like 9 of them that I know, and as long as you're working on them, you know, the only thing that God loves, whatever you call God, is good orderly direction, and you know, He wants you to you know, die when He wants you, and He wants you to live a life that's full. He wants you to be good to your friends and your family. He wants you to make amends to anyone that you've harmed in your life. He wants you to be humble. I mean, I think some of the lists in the chakra from Buddhism, those are the things you just got to keep working on, because I guarantee at the end of your life, you're never going to have them all lined up. Never. It's an impossible mission.
Let
You
them
can't.
tell it.
Right,
Let
but
them tell it.
if you can try to do it, if you can try and do it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, for some people might not know what it is. I put the
What's up, baby?
definition up there. Energy
What's
center
up, baby?
that aligns with the glands in the physical body. And
That's
they
what's
say the
up.
chakras, I believe, the impact person's physical and emotional, physiological, and spiritual health. I mean, but that's where meditating comes from. Some people do yoga, which is great. You know, that's why you see a lot of people sit in that stance that they have right here. You know, but I think
Well,
people
I
should
I
know
just when it comes to that, I just think, you were talking about meditation, and someone else was talking about I don't pray or whatever. Here's what I do know in my life, that there are times where I have to sit alone and be introspective and say, please, something. I don't care what it is, but please, something, help me. And if you've done that even one time, that's meditation, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just coach myself. I look at myself in the mirror and talk to myself about what I need to do and that I'm doing a good job or that I need to improve the following. I just coach myself. I was the one that said something about not praying. I don't have a thing against praying. I just realize 90% of your life or more is really about your actions. So if things are going left, 9 times out of 10, I was fucking up. And I wasn't
Well,
on the ball.
and Trey, when you're talking,
and like you
hey
back on
Trey,
your laptop
Trey, when
now.
you're talking to your inner self, Trey,
Yeah,
when you're talking to
I
your
mean,
inner
that's-
self, do you think that you're talking to
the voice.
yourself, or do you think you're talking to something divine? I'm
talking
just
to
a question.
myself. I'm inside of my body. I don't believe that I'm my body myself. I believe I'm inside of my body and have control over like my functionality and everything. But I feel like I'm inside of myself looking out at the world. I'm using my eyes to see what's around, but I don't,
Yeah.
so whatever you call that.
Riri, you back on your laptop?
Yep, it's the power back on. They just left.
Yeah. Well,
That's
we
what's
just
up.
about to get out of here. I was waiting on you. I said she might pop back in here.
Yeah,
because you was you
What
was
was y'all
you was
just
froze
talking
like the you was froze like the 10 man off the Wiz.
Nah, they was talking about this cis G that's out here. Dude was talking about some of the effects that it causes on the people, you know, just by being around it, you know, what it can cause harm to the body and stuff like that. Why these kids was catching burns under their skin, how the body is full of crystals, and Dane brought up the chakras and stuff, how we should really work on our chakras, look into it. We put up the definition of what is body chakras. Little stuff like that. Cis G, cause they be saying Cis G now. If you think of something, it will pull up on your phone. That's
What
how
does
powerful Cis
6G
G.
mean? What does
It's
I
that's how
I
fast
never
the internet.
understood what the
Yeah,
G's meant. What does the G
yeah,
stand
that's just gigs. Like that's how fast the internet is going. You have 1G, 2G,
6
3G.
gigs.
Now we at 6G. It's like a new iPhone. It's the new internet. It's faster, stronger, and better. So now this for all the virtual reality stuff, this stuff will be able to hold it. But now they're saying do the 6G. If you think of McDonald's, basically, McDonald's will pop up on your phone. You ain't got to say it like 5G. You can mention it. You can say it. You talking it pop up. But now they saying 6G shit. All you gotta do is think about it, and that shit will pop up. You know. So I was asking anybody, did they experience that? Just thinking of something, and it just pop up on your phone. You be like, damn, I was just thinking of that, and that's crazy. It just popped up on my phone. It tends to happen a lot. What's your thoughts on that? Do you experience that, Reese, or anything like that similar?
Yeah, you know how you think about somebody and they call you. What is that? Is that like the same as 6G?
That's manifesting. You know, that's that's manifesting.
Telepathy, manifesting. He's talking about like technology now.
Yeah.
So if we could do that with people and stuff, why wouldn't we be able to do it with other stuff? If you're thinking of it and it pops, if you manifesting.
Yeah, but the technology isn't supposed to be able to, you're not supposed to have telepathy with technology. We're not supposed to really be at that point yet.
If we got those nanobites inside of us, I don't know. I was looking at remember we were talking about the nanobites that's inside of us and stuff. The 60 minutes when I said they put it into you in a shot, it's called the nanobites. And so I wonder, because if we got plastic in our bodies, what else do we got in our bodies?
Right.
I'm just
The Matrix.
curious. We are the Matrix.
We are. Well, it said we have crystals in our bodies, and they using metals what harms the body. So he's saying there's a lot of metal in the food, small metals in the tap water and stuff like that, and that will be keeping us from being our higher selves. You know, so there's a lot of things we should be able to do, but we're not able to do it due to the food and stuff that they putting out here in this 6G towers and stuff like that. That's why in China, you remember they put the 5G towers up, they was knocking them down in China. You know, and kids was catching burns under their COVID shot areas.
Under the COVID shot area.
Yeah, like certain people where they was getting their jab at, they was sore. It was sore, but it was mostly coming from the radiation from the internet towers and stuff. You know, now it's proved at the time people saying it's a myth that ain't come from the fact, but now it's out. It's like, yeah, that's what was causing it. You know,
man, niggas
shit up. You know,
You know, like I wonder, what did they put it in our body that we can do? Like, for example, this thing that I got on my shoulder, right? It's a disc with a plastic needle. The plastic needle going to me, but when I scan my wand across it, it can give me readings about what is glucose is in my blood. So,
Talk about that little thing you put on your arm out there. The
Yeah.
little thing you put on your arm.
Freestyle
And you can
Libre.
use your phone and scan it and shit.
Yeah, I got my
That shit freaks me the fuck out. That freaks me out.
that could tell you what you mean, stuff like that. Do you think the crystals that's in the machine or that's in the blood? I mean, what is it that's giving the readings? Like, what is?
Yeah, I don't understand the making it electronic and it continuing to monitor. Like I don't. To me, I don't understand. I know that it's Bluetooth and everything. I know that you can scan it and read it, but I don't know how it actively continues to read. Is the piece itself is electronic? I guess too. The piece that's
Oh,
inserted.
you see, it's a disc, and
Mhm.
it comes with this thing. Because sometimes Terry had to give me my shot. It's a
Yeah.
plastic needle because sometimes it bleeds. So
Yeah.
and he twisted off, and we put it on this disc. It's like this disc thing, and then it's this little machine that comes with it, and he stabs it
Yeah.
in my arm, and it stick
Mhm.
there, stick. It don't hurt, per
Yeah.
se. It don't hurt, and it sticks there, and it gives readings. It's in my blood because
Yeah.
it's a plastic needle, and it's actually
Shit freaks me the fuck out. Ugh.
it tells me what my blood sugar is, and not only what it is, if it's going up or if it's going down, and it
Yeah.
can tell me what's my average and all of that. It's monitoring the blood. I'm just wondering what else is it monitoring. I mean, what else can
Yeah.
this
Oh, you better
Because
ask the
anything
fucking question.
is it
anything that
electronic? Is this even considered to be electronic?
well, the reason why I asked about Bluetooth because nothing Bluetooth doesn't come from an electrical source. Not even say electrical like power, but like for instance, example, if you are connecting your phone to your radio is powered, it's on. If I'm connecting it to my speaker, it's powered, it's on, or my headphones, it's powered, it's on, or my TV.
Something got to be on,
You
right?
know, so something has to be on because I know how a regular, the regular one where you prick your finger, you put the little piece of paper tag to it or whatever, and then they'll take it in. I understand how that can register and show electronic as far as the result, but not Bluetooth monitoring. So that to me, I'm confused by. Like to
Like what's in
actively,
my
you can
arm?
check anytime. Like it's not like you can only check for, I don't know, like a couple days. Don't you keep it in for like a month or something? How long do you keep it in?
2 weeks,
2
14
weeks.
days.
Is it, I just don't. I want to look it up now. That's what I want to know now. But I don't understand how it monitors it. You can scan it anytime you want to.
Yep.
And
I
check
can
it.
scan it
So
right now. Go bleep, bleep, and then
yeah.
it'll tell me how many times, anytime.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have. I'm wondering how
I
it
mean, it's
works now.
convenient to have, but I'm wondering what kind of technology is
Oh,
doing
that's
that,
how they suck
or
you
what else is
in. That's how
in.
they
Right,
suck you
right.
in.
What else is in this? Is it putting something in my body
Convenient.
at the same time as reading or whatever? That part I don't understand.
Because it still has
That
to
part,
touch the
that
blood.
technology part, I don't understand it.
'Cause it still got to touch your bloodstream. Because how else would it read it? So it's still in your vein somewhere.
Right.
You know.
Because
Hey, what
sometimes
are the
the blood comes
what
out
are
of
the
the
two
top,
countries?
little top.
Althea.
If I hit a
Yeah.
vein or whatever,
Yeah.
it'll bleed and just come up, bubble up with blood, come
Oh
out,
wow.
out there, squirt out.
Yeah.
That has happened time to time. So
Yeah.
Hey, Althea.
yes,
I got
yes,
a question. I got a question for the panel. And who knows this answer? What are the two countries in the world that allow advertising for medication?
The United States and one other area, but most
England?
don't.
I don't know.
The majority don't. I know it's the United States because we the main
It's illegal in all other countries. It's
Canada,
illegal.
Oh,
what?
okay.
Canada,
Okay,
United
yeah.
States.
I just know that we are. I don't know about nobody
New
else. 'Cause
Zealand.
everyone else. Oh,
The
New
United
Zealand. Okay.
States and New Zealand.
Yeah.
The only two countries in the world
Yeah, I
that
believe that
advertise.
100%. Because
And
everybody else
most of your
don't even.
advertisements, most of your advertisements when you're watching your movies and stuff, most of your
Yeah.
advertisements are for COPD or crotch itch. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, it's us and New Zealand, the only two countries in the world that it's legal, because in every other country, it's illegal to advertise for medicine.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
Because over there, they doctors get paid based off their client's health. So they get more money as long as their client healthy. If your client's sick, you don't get paid. So they do anything so their clients don't come to the hospital, don't need medication at all. So I love it. They ain't gonna put no medicine either because we don't post it. We don't want them to take it because we won't get paid if they take it. So they got to do
Taking
anything.
a pill was always weird to me. Like you taking an Advil or Tylenol, it's weird to take something that's gonna knock something. How do you scientifically pack something into a pill that's supposed to without a side effect anyway? I don't. That's always been kind of weird.
Is this six? Can y'all see me? Is this 6G technology? Y'all think?
No, I mean that the Bluetooth portion is just Bluetooth. I don't understand the monitoring part. Like I don't understand how it continues to monitor without being powered. I don't get that. But yeah, I don't understand how it gets off a signal, like based on the level of sugar. But I don't
understand it either. I'm gonna have to do some behind the scenes for Freestyle Libre or continuous glucose model. They call it GCM, continuing glucose monitoring.
But like Damien said, it was the convenience that got you. Obviously nobody wants to keep pricking their fingers and stuff. But it was the convenience.
Does anyone want to see what my sugar level is right now? Does anyone want to see?
Hell no. You can do your
You
thing.
drink, it's probably high.
No, I don't touch any of this fucking shit, man. And my wife, she's got this that she does. She's got a whole basket of pills. She's got this shit here. She's got a weigh station for herself. She's got a blood pressure machine. And I am absolutely the opposite of that.
Yeah,
I
you
won't
try everything, Damien. We know.
Mm-hmm. But we
but shit, she wants to check to see if she's still living.
Yeah, we
Go
about
ahead,
there.
check your shit out.
We machinery though. You think anything you want to check food, you need to get a thermometer. At the end of the day, if you want to check your temperature, they got a thermometer for you. When you go to the hospital, you want to check your heart rate and all that. They hook you up to a machine. When you want
And
to
you gotta buy the thermometer and the machine.
what's wrong with your damn car, you gotta actually hook it up to a
Diagnostic
diagnostic
test,
machine,
yeah.
and they tell you everything that's wrong with it. Damn, you got a bad habit, man. We going out.
Yeah.
You be fucking up the flow of everything.
Man.
What happened?
People,
Wait
I'm
a
not
minute.
good at talking over people, so that's why I get irritated when I'm talking and then somebody just start blabbing. And I know it's all good energy, so that's why I say I know it ain't nothing bad, Dane, but it's hard for me to talk when you talking. And I know it's hard for you to hit me when I'm talking because I talk low. So I work on it.
Damien worked on it too.
Mama, holla.
Now, what was you saying? We hook everything up to something to get a reading, right? They have in there, Molly, that if you go into a doctor's office, I ain't been in, I ain't did it, but they say if you go in and put your hand in, it can give you a diagnosis reading of your body. You did that yet?
Means you get home and they check and all that. And they have all types of stuff right in it.
I'm just wondering.